One more podcast with the squeal and we'll fix it.
Maybe they like the squeal. Did you ever ask them?
Nobody's asked us to squeal for them.
And nobody's asked us to stop, so.
I feel like we're treading on some pretty thin ice at that point.
There's a fine line of squealing and not squealing. We're right in the middle.
And what we're allowed to do if they do and don't squeal. But what if they're incapable of squealing?
Then they squeal vicariously through us and they require the squeal.
Then they do sign language
Just
squealing.
assume that they like the squeal.
Bebop, you know what our daughter said when she saw his beard?
We have not started yet. The show has not begun. Not until we hit this.
Listener discretion is advised. Listener discretion is advised.
You are now free to clog your ear holes. Clog your ear holes.
I was jamming.
We was jamming. Oh, we was jamming. I don't know how that song goes.
I don't even know what
This
song that is.
I don't even know what song you're talking about.
DFWAI, which
one of you
stands
assholes
for
farted?
Don't Whittle.
Where did the W come from?
I don't fucking know. It stands for Don't Fucking Worry About It. Right across from me is,
Callie.
oh shit, just out with the name. And to her left is,
Sick.
okay.
But he looked at me.
This guy over here is Ghost. He's not going to say a word until later on. He might grace you with his presence. And then right over there is Beboop. Yeah. Is that the beginning of The Lion King? Gotcha. Beautiful. No, you didn't even. Got a motherfucking dollar. Is that how? I think those are the lyrics. You did it wrong.
No, I didn't.
You said, I mean, yeah. You didn't even do the Awenya.
Yeah, because you said that is that the entrance, so I changed it.
Oh. Savina. Babissimo.
Jesus help me.
Van is a hoe.
Yeah, I mean, used to be, for sure. We have a really good show for you guys today. It's going to be chaotic.
Sorry.
Um,
Not sorry.
it's going to be full of what the fuck moments and
How did that happen?
how come you haven't bought a shirt moments and how come we don't have any Patreons yet moments.
We have free ones,
Yeah,
which I don't know how that's a thing.
I don't. Well, you can't see anything, so I don't know what the point is.
They just wanted to be known.
Okay, well, we'll shout them out. There's you, who's all Patreon, and then the other person.
Yep.
Yep. Thank you,
I
guys.
believe one of them is cheap motherfucker.
We can't see your name if you're a free Patreon. We can't. I'm just not going to say anything.
We just close our eyes.
Yeah. We appreciate you, though.
Thanks for trying.
Announcing your name on the podcast is paywalled.
Correct.
It's less than a cheeseburger a month, bro.
That is true. These cheeseburgers be high.
Yeah, for sure. So you wanted to start off with Bebop here. You are very aware of our middle child and her rhetoric, correct? You know what rhetoric means? Okay. You want to pass him the mic real quick?
Yeah. Here you go.
So rhetoric is going to be Googled here by Alyssa, but I'm going to guess has something to do with how one presents themselves and reacts to information, et cetera, et cetera.
I'm going to use this word, but I'm going to guess what it means.
Now, I know
Precisely. That's pretty much 90% of his language.
I know
Have you
what
not
it means. I
learned
just
that?
don't know the definition and how to explain it.
Rhetoric is the art of effective or persuasive speaking or writing, especially the use of figures of speech and other compositional techniques.
Yeah, so I used the word
Also,
right.
Language designed to have a persuasive or impressive effect on its audience, but often regarded as lacking in sincerity or meaningful content.
So I was right. It's essentially how one expresses themselves using language. And
Rhetoric.
pretty close. You almost got it. Anyway, so for those of you that don't know, I shaved most of my beard off. Like, I still have a beard, but it's, what would you say, maybe a 1/4 inch long?
You got a real short head.
There's a whole
So-
dead cat in our bathroom trash can, and it exploded all over our bathroom.
Alyssa was sleeping. Oh, Lord. The kids were at school, and I was about to, look, I got my facial hair did probably 2 weeks ago. And there was just something about the way that they did it. There was something wrong with it. And I couldn't figure it out. Like, it's one of those when you stare at something, you're like, that isn't right.
There was nothing wrong
And there's something you want to fix, but you can't quite pinpoint it. So I went at it a couple of times. And the other day I was like, fuck it. I'll start over. That'll fix it.
Should have just left it alone.
So the kids get home from school. I'm in behind a closed door. My daughter comes in here, sits in my office. I come out of my room and I walk in there and she's sitting in the chair and she turns, looks at me, looks back at her phone, looks back at me, looks at me. What the fuck did you do? I was like, excuse me? And she goes, why? Why did you cut your beard off? I said, it's not off. There's still a beard there. She goes, the fuck there is. And I was like, there is. And she goes, so I was like, it'll grow back. Started working on my stuff. And I was turned sideways staring at my screen and she was in the chair where Alyssa's sitting. And all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, like 10 minutes has passed. She goes, I'm sorry. You just don't have a good face shape. You need to grow your beard back. Well, fuck you too, kid. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Bro, you look like an IT guy.
I mean, I kind of am a nerd. And then later it got called a chipmunk. She asked Alyssa, how do you feel dating a chipmunk?
You get bullied.
Yeah, by my 12-year-old. Yeah. And Alyssa goes, better question is how do I feel about my child being a fucking bully? And she goes, what? I'm not a bully. And she goes, the fuck you aren't. So yeah, very short hair here. Every single fucking time I do this, I regret it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just need a reminder that, hey, you're fucking ugly without the beard, bro.
I also regret it, not because you look bad with a short beard or anything like that, but because every time I'm brushing my teeth, it's
Because she has to see my face.
no, because there's beard hair all over the fucking sink. It's all over the lid of the toilet. All over the lid of the toilet. I thought he shaved I thought he manscaped. No. That isn't what that's from.
I walked out. Ghost had no idea, and I walked
It's
out
all
into the
over the
kitchen.
floor.
He
It's
like
all
turns,
over the
looks at me,
counter.
looks back forward. There's always this double or triple take before people realize something. Like the first look is something's different. Something's really. What happened? Oh my god! Who are you? What is that?
What have you done?
Are you human?
He didn't even give me the opportunity to react. I wake up and I hear, I shaved my beard. It's really short.
I
And then he
didn't.
turned on the light.
No, I didn't. You look. It took you 3 hours to wake up that day. First off,
I'm sorry.
when you initially woke up, I said, "When you take off your face mask, don't freak out," and I walked away.
Alyssa woke
And I
up
got-
the other morning
okay.
and thought she had cheated on her husband.
Right now?
No, she didn't think that. She won't do anything with me when I look like this.
Fucking blame her.
Hang on.
She used my stomach hurts the other day.
Yeah,
No,
she
no,
already
no, no,
has to
no.
have a pillow to get rid of it in the first place.
Yeah.
I called into work yesterday because I didn't feel good. And I'm laying in bed and this bitch goes, roll over. I just want to get my dick wet. And I was like, are you
No, you
fucking
didn't.
kidding me right now? I am sick and I don't feel good.
I didn't even
And then
s-
for the rest of the
Okay,
night,
hang on.
I apparently
No, no,
was
no.
mean to him.
No. I didn't say roll over. I have told you roll over. I want to get my dick wet because she has a free use policy.
You don't feel good, so I want to be inside
No,
of you.
no,
That's
no, no.
not going to make me
That's
feel
not
better.
what I said
I want to know
either.
how bad you feel.
Your belly hurts, so let me rearrange it.
It's not at all what I said. What I said was, I'm not really horny right now, but I want to be close. And you said, you're just so disrespectful. And I'm like, what? And you're like, I don't feel good. I'm like, I'm okay, then no big deal. That's all that happened. You just,
That is two totally different stories.
yeah, it is. You are,
And then the rest of the night,
Alyssa made you sound
told
more like
me
a man.
How grumpy I was, and I'm like, I haven't been grumpy today. I've laid in bed and felt like shit. Occasionally, I will sneeze for 5 minutes straight, and then
I know what happened. It was the 83,000 hiccups you let out the other day. Your body just lost
down.
all
It was a hard reset.
purpose. Like your whole body's like, I give up.
Maybe.
Your computer is going,
All of your stuff is just in spasm mode right now.
Yeah.
even your computer.
But no, a lot of people don't know this. Like the one thing I hate when people say is like, I gotta go home to the old ball and chain, or I ain't gonna get none this week. And it's like, well, maybe you're just kind of a piece of shit or whatever. Or maybe you don't have good communication, or maybe you should talk to your wife about it instead of
you should
talking
watch
shit
your
about
dick.
it. Because
Top of your head is brighter than my future.
she has what we would call a free use policy, I suppose. Like if I want it, I pretty much can get it whenever I want it.
As long as he doesn't expect active participation.
Every
I'm
time. Sometimes it's okay. Once
That's
a year.
fair.
It's more than once a year. Don't even.
I mean, the other day she dressed up for me, so that was nice.
You look like Will Smith's wife.
She ain't that bald yet, buddy.
We're just we're just gonna get a message from.
There's that
Will
whine.
Smith.
Did you guys hear that whine? It came from his microphone.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Hey, don't hit Billy.
Wait, your wife is Will Smith's wife?
Maybe.
I was saying I was his wife.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
I'm not gonna say the.
I don't
words that are in
understand.
my
Like,
brain
are
right
these
now.
bald jokes? Because I've been bald for a minute.
I know, but it's extra shiny today.
Is it because there's nothing to absorb the light down here?
Probably.
Yeah.
There's no contrast.
There's no contrast.
Although-
Nice.
You look like a cancer survivor from
Have you
Eyebrow
guys
Up.
know Rhett from Rhett and Link?
Yes.
Have you seen what he looks like without a beard?
Awful.
And right here, first off. Secondly, there's a picture of him bald without a beard.
Where?
Google it.
I
He
need it.
looks like a fucking penis.
No
Just so
offense.
you know, he said you look like an IT guy.
Uh-huh.
My reaction was, you look a lot fucking nerdier now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
There's Rhett without a beard.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you just expand into images, it's in that list of images.
Oh, there's someone who.
Oh,
removed Rhett's
no.
hair. That's the same picture. They just removed the hair.
Okay, so that he looks like a penis if he were to remove his like.
I don't think he's ever gone that far.
That's smart of him.
He definitely like.
There's Rhett bald, but with a beard.
What?
You know
Who's that?
That's
looks
not
like?
Rhett.
Who is
No,
that?
This is Rhett. It's just Rhett Brooks.
Oh God.
From UCF.
another Rhett.
But do you know who that looks like? James Riley.
I don't know
A
who
little
that
bit, a little less red. James is like crimson red.
James is like this red, but with.
I
a
feel
red
like that
face.
photo's been enhanced.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yep. Yep.
So-
Everyone looks that waxy and
So-
gray without photo enhancements.
What were we gonna talk about?
Oh, with him? So I would like to know, so in a local news setting, there seemed to be a
And I
road.
sent you a picture. as
Well, see,
Yes, you
yeah,
did.
there was a road shut down, and in that road was
In the
well,
road.
Well, in the road, like the bridge had collapsed, right? And there
Oh,
was
there was
this
a bridge,
There
too?
was this dump truck sitting like doing a wheelie,
Yeah.
and
It looked
the
like a cat
same
trying
day
to crawl out of
we'd
a
gotten
bathtub.
that photo from you, and I was like, wait, doesn't Billy work for them? Oh shit!
Hang on. You sent that photo, right?
Yeah.
I respond, what did Billy do? And you responded later with, he'll have to tell you on the podcast. 2 hours later, we run across this picture on Facebook, and he's like, is that the same picture Callie sent you? And I was like, well, from a different angle, but yeah. And he's like, doesn't Billy work for the county? Yeah.
No, I had the doesn't Billy work for the county question. You are ill. Your memory is. I said when I saw that picture, I was laying next to you in bed when she sent it, and I was like, oof. Oh, doesn't Billy work for the county? And you went, yep. And I went, oh shit.
I'm gonna be real honest here. I had no question whether or not you actually did that. I knew.
Jokes
Did
on
you
you,
do
bitches. I didn't do it.
You didn't do
I
it.
didn't do it.
Son of a
Didn't do it.
bitch. Did that guy get fired?
No, it was not his fault.
I'm really.
I mean, I
disappointed
look at
you
that bridge
didn't.
and I look at that dump truck and I go, that's probably not a good idea. I don't know why I went into the Yeah.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So
The Canadian
those
stutter.
of you who don't know, I'm a road grader operator for the county, and I had my dump.
What would
truck
you
guy,
grade our road out here? An A, a B?
solid.
F.
Might be a D.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Um,
He just goes around and grades roads.
He just
Yeah.
wants to give you the D.
He doesn't even write it down. He just screams down the road. You get a B.
so I get so on this particular road, I'm rebuilding a corner that got washed out. So I've had like several loads of rock delivered to this one spot, and you got to cross 2 bridges to get to said spot. So I'm already there. And
Not
I'm
anymore.
Just not anymore.
There's only one bridge now.
Yep.
Here's
so
a
I'm
bridge and
sitting
a
there
half.
just waiting on my rock guy to come, and he calls me on the radio because he doesn't have my phone number.
I'm on the phone with him.
He's like, "Hey, can you come back down here towards the bridge?" I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" I just figured that he was gonna spread a load past the bridge and didn't have his chains on, and just dump the load in the middle of the road, which happens on occasion. And so I'm like, all right, I'm in no hurry to get back. It's like 3 miles away, so I ride down there.
What's that thing go? Like 30, 35? 29. I was close.
But I got 42 out of it the other day.
Georgia Overdrive.
Downhill.
Downhill. Real sketchy.
That's
It's a stick steer. It's not like I don't have a steering wheel.
You know what Georgia Overdrive is?
Downhill.
Well, it's a trucker term for downhill and neutral.
Oh. Well, because I'll get into that later. Anyways, so I get down there and I come around this corner and I see this truck, and all I can see is the front end looking straight up at the sky.
And
I'm like,
underneath.
oh, fuck. I pull around the corner and this guy, poor guy, it shook the shit out of him. He's just walking around rubbing the top of his head and oh my God, I'm going to lose my job. Shit like that.
You're
it
supposed
was
to
a
rub it for
horrific-
luck before something
Right.
bad happens.
The bad thing about this whole situation is I've had several loads of rock delivered across this bridge. In the last 2 weeks, I probably had 10 loads put out there. And there's clay trucks. They haul clay in an end dump. They come across that bridge, and they don't run across scales. So, they could be anywhere from 120 to 140,000
Yeah.
pounds. So, it collapsing under our truck was probably the best thing that could have possibly happened. But it still sucks because it was the boss man's truck.
Wasn't the boss man, though.
The boss man literally said, I ain't gonna call his name, person, don't scratch my shit, don't bend my shit, don't smoke in my shit.
So basically, this is the boss's fault.
Yeah, and the first thing he does
He didn't do any of those things.
was run that bitch off in a fucking creek.
He didn't run nothing into a creek.
The bridge did.
The bridge said,
bridge did.
the bridge went, hey, boss man,
So,
hold my beer.
as soon as I figure out guy's okay, I immediately, because he was really shook up, which I would be too.
Kinda
He had a
panicking.
full load on him. That, truck
That
and
wouldn't
load.
feel
he was
good.
62,000 pounds.
Was there any metal on the ground? Did it land on the bed or was it still on
Oh no,
tires?
it went straight to the frame.
Oh, shit, that hurt.
The box that's got the hydraulic pumps and all that shit on the side
Busted.
of it. Oh, it sheared the bolts off, tore it completely off the side of the truck,
God, sounds like I was driving that motherfucker.
busted all the brake lines on the back.
It was one time.
Took the Drake, the what do you call it, brake pods, just sheared them off, threw them off in the creek.
Oh, the chambers?
Yeah.
Woof.
It did a lot of damage.
How long was it there before they got it out?
Probably about an hour.
Oh, we got out and wrecked it out of there in an
We
hour.
had to call 2 rotators in to come pick it up. But
God.
I immediately start messing with this guy, trying to calm him down a little bit. Dude, it's not your fault. You're not gonna lose your job. It's freak of nature type shit. I looked at him. I was like, "Hey man, have you called our boss?" He's like, "Uh-uh." I was like, "Are you gonna call him?" He said, "Uh-uh." He said, "Are you gonna call him?" I was like,
I'd have called him right there and been like, hey, boss, we had a situation. It'll buff right out.
Yeah.
Click.
So I call our boss, and meanwhile, dude's just stirring around, crazy as hell right now. So I call our boss, and I was like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" He's like, "I'm sitting at the shop." I was like, "You busy?" He said, "No. What do you want?" I was like, "It's your truck." He said, "What?" I was like, "It's in the creek." He said, "Oh fuck." Dude's had a lot of crazy shit happen to him here recently. Like,
So wait a minute, it is his fault because if he's just sitting at the shop doing nothing, he could have been in that truck.
right? He could have been hauling me rock, but oh no. The truck that guy normally drives was having brakes put on it.
Well, now this one has to have brakes put on
20
it.
more minutes. 20 more minutes, and that truck would have been finished, and he wouldn't have been having to drive the boss's truck.
I
And
feel
the truck
like
that he was in weighs probably 20,000 pounds less.
but
It could have worked out.
you were right. It is a good thing it was you guys because you guys are responsible for those roads. You guys are responsible for those bridges. So you don't really have to worry about a lawsuit from anybody on the public side or like a business that was hauling gravel out to somebody's personal property
Yep.
and it broke through on their. Like, that's the best possible situation. Nobody got hurt because this guy sounds like he probably wouldn't have been speeding or anything. But some of these dump truck guys would probably be doing like 55 or 60 down these 30-mile-an-hour roads.
Yep.
And if that would have went, buddy, you'd have.
If he'd have actually been going a little faster, we all feel like he'd have made it.
Yeah, but I mean,
But he didn't.
That-
We feel like he was going a little too slow, and I mean it fell perfect. Like that bridge could not have collapsed any more perfect because that truck fell straight down.
yeah.
I mean, you're probably slowing down because that's a big ass dump trunk on a tiny little bridge.
Well, not our other guy, our mechanic that hauls me rock every now and again. He'll shoot across that bitch running like 40.
Not
Well, that's
anymore.
the guy's problem. That's what happened right there.
Yep.
But-
he didn't go fast enough. You got to hit it with
Man, that
speed.
sucks. I thought you did it. Fuck it.
No, I didn't do
Thought
it.
we were going to be able to give you shit on that for a while.
Nope, I did not wreck a dump truck.
Next.
You got to start with the other video if you're going for that one.
What other video?
Oh yeah, I do have something else we could talk about right quick.
Well, I've got plenty more, but I want you to go ahead.
All right. Me and Kelly went to get something to eat last night. We get back. We're sitting in the Jeep talking, just shooting the shit. She looks over at me. She was like, "You want to make a pack?" Spits on her hand and sticks her hand out, right? Shake. I was like, "No."
Spit on it. I faked it. I was like,
And I was like,
I'm gonna
not-
need the
I'm not
terms of this
shaking on-
before I shake on it.
right. It's like I'm not shaking on something I don't know what you're about to say. And this goes on for a good 5 minutes. She's trying to convince me.
he was like, I'm not shaking it. I was like, no, you're gonna like it. I was like, you're gonna want to do it. I was like, just go ahead, do it. And he's like, no. I was like, fine, pinky promise. He's like, I'm not promising shit. I was like, well, shit, fine. So I told him. But there you go.
She looks over at me and she was like, okay, pinky maybe. So we locked the pinky maybes. And she was like,
That's not a thing.
It is now.
it is now. She looks over at me with this dead serious face and goes, we should kill ourselves. And sticks her hand back out to shake on it. I'm like, what the fuck? Deal.
Some context. We were talking about cicadas and how there's supposed to be 2 different kinds of cicadas this year.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, like, what if that's the new COVID for this year? Like, that's going to be the apocalypse, the cicada apocalypse. I
Yeah.
was like, I don't want to fucking live in that. I'd rather die. So I was like, you want to make a pact? We kill ourselves.
Jesus Christ.
But she didn't finish.
I didn't finish.
We kill ourselves.
So then he was like, yeah!
Deal.
Nah, deal.
I mean, that just sounds like a Friday night for you and I.
Yeah. Okay, that guy right there.
It was a Friday
Which one?
night.
This one?
That, yeah.
What?
That had another video that went with it.
Yeah, but
Not
you
the
didn't
same.
share that one.
Ooh.
Is this something I should have
I did.
watched before?
I think you
that?
might
I
have
didn't.
sent it to me.
I never watch any of them because I figured we would just watch them here.
Well, before we go into that,
Cavity issue.
yeah, I want to ask you guys.
No.
Actually, no. Yeah. It finally happened, guys.
Yeah, we can see that. It's all over your face.
No, it
Ew.
happened.
Yeah, I sent you that video.
Okay. But here in a second,
Nah, you suck dick.
I'm going to have you play it because it pretty much straight and to the point, right?
Yeah, so sure, go.
Okay.
There was another one that I wanted to go along with it.
Well, then do your along with it thing.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let you guys guess what happened to me the other night.
Those dogs are annoying.
there ain't a snowball's chance in hell we could ever figure out anything that could possibly happen to you.
I've got a song.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the song's gonna be a hint.
Random shit in the world happens.
This
to
isn't
you
very
all
random.
along.
As a matter of fact, I feel like this happens to people all the time. It just never got me.
So the song is going to be a hint.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a
This
guessing game.
guy actually, I think, is Van. Just with a TikTok. Name of the page is Official Rolling Blue. And I found this one. I mean, he's got a short beard.
He's bad as hell.
I said he's got a short beard.
Come on.
Okay, so this one is a great representation of Van. Can you hear it through the thing?
Yeah.
I picked up concrete when I was at Lowe's. I try to pretend that I'm not in pain. I try to pretend that I'm okay. And I don't need
We lost service.
One moment. Buffering.
AT&T shit out again.
Can we put that collar on the dog?
It's outside.
I'm having Annabelle bring it in.
Yeah. Why would you? Sure.
I'm standing in
Because it doesn't shut up out there either.
I'm faking a smile so nobody will know. If somebody asks, I'll say I'm fine. It's okay, I'm in pain all the time. And I don't need no Tylenol. Cause I had some back pain, it made me say ow. I lifted it wrong, picked it up off the ground. Did something get broke? Like maybe my spine should rest for a while, but I ain't got the time. I had some back pain, feel like I might die. The pain starts to pound and I'm trying not to cry. I had some back pain.
You know, you went about this in a really weird way. You should have played the other one first and be like,
No, shut the fuck up.
here's another one.
So this guy, like Van, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
I've heard him sing this song without even knowing it existed. But he has another one. Another one.
Before you play it, I want to give some context.
Okay.
Okay, so we were laying in bed, right? And watching, we've watched what, like 4 animes in the last month?
We have watched so much anime.
We are binging all of a sudden. And this is when it happened. Probably what, 10, 11 o'clock at night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kid, I'm feeling some pressure. It says no public restrooms, but I'm thinking that you better let me use the one you got. I need it now.
I follow this guy on Instagram.
Use it, but it's broken down.
You're talking over the song. Hang on.
Everybody's got the gist of it.
Oh, might have let some out. Man, I shit my- Oh,
Okay. Man, I shit my pants. Yes, that is your clue. What do you think happened?
You shit your pants.
I straight shit my pants. I lifted my leg to let out a big old fart, and it started as a beautiful just symphony, right? And it just like the tone was perfect, and it
Don't
ended
like
with,
See,
and I went,
that's what you get.
"Oh God, ah!" And she's what? I was hoping you'd be holding that sucker when that did that. And she's like, "What? No, you didn't." I was like, I did. You gotta get. She's like, "I'm not getting out of bed." I said, "Get the fuck out of bed." I'm. And when I knew it was game over because when I went to pull them off, they stuck to my ass.
Oh God. Oh God. See, that's what you get. That's what you get for thinking like lit. You
For
thought
what?
You thought like lit. Thought you farted, but you shit.
Thought light lit.
I don't know. It's some shit my dad.
Oh,
used to say all the
gotcha.
time. Thought like lit.
I've come real
Thought
close
you farted, but
before.
you
I've
shit.
got wonderful sphincter control when it comes to that. Like usually right
He
before it
does.
happens,
He
right?
does. I can attest to that.
And
No, my story from the other day. Anyways, go ahead. I'll tell it later. Finish
I don't
your
know that I
story.
want to fucking hear that. Anyway.
No, it's not
So,
that.
It's not no
well, the story, I shit in the bed.
Oh God, it must be
It's coming. For you.
So, I mean, that might be why she hasn't slept with me in a week.
Jeez.
Here's your sign.
Yeah.
How
So-
awful of you not to sleep with your husband who shits himself.
Hey,
And pees himself.
you wait until you start shitting yourself, bud.
Can we discuss how I really don't need a reason? I can just not feel like having
Will you
sex?
stop fucking with the joke? God damn. I am the joke right now. Don't fuck with me. I shit my pants.
Clearly, she's not. That's why you haven't got any for a
I
week.
just shit my pants.
You remember that scream I let out when you came in the door and startled me that one day?
Yeah.
My own poo scared me that bad. The audio we have of Scott screaming,
Yeah.
pretty damn close.
Yeah.
I have no shame at this point. I don't care. Like, it was bound to happen one day, and I'm surprised. The years of truck driving and the amount of close calls I had with, like, essentially that song, like, I gotta go, like, to the point where I've thrown up before because I had to shit so bad.
How do you not shit while you're throwing up?
And, like,
That's
the
impressive,
sphincter
honestly.
control, I'm telling you, I've got it, right? And it's the fart that got me. It was the fart
It's
that
just
fucking
the fact
got
that,
me.
like, you've been peeing yourself lately. You now have been shitting yourself.
35's rough, bro. Just a fucking warning. You're going to start shitting and pissing yourself.
You haven't even gotten there yet.
Yeah. You know,
34 is bad.
34 and a half. Right at that mark, buddy.
You think 34 is bad. Maybe you hit 35.
I'm just waiting for the bunions at this point. All kinds of stuff. Because I've already got ED, too. I mean, shit.
Got what?
I know it. ED.
Erectile dysfunction.
Damn.
Yep.
That's my fault too.
He's also got ED.
Yeah,
as
because
in
she keeps
eating
shitting my
disorder.
pants.
We just talked about that the other day, too.
What?
The guy is like, somebody shit my pants.
Yeah.
I still haven't figured out. You know who that was?
Uh-uh.
Travis Pastrana.
What? Did you find the
Pastrami?
video of it?
Yeah, I saw it on TikTok. It popped up the next
Pull
day.
it up. That is a fucking
don't-
epic audio. That audio is like, and he was so serious.
So serious.
No, he said, and somebody shit my pants.
Oh, you talking about?
Yep. Yeah. Fucking epic. Yeah, you burned yourself. You proud of it?
No, that motherfucker turned gross real quick.
Always been practicing a double backflip with the full twist. I'm like, let's go for it. And I landed the first time, and I didn't have a concussion. And I landed, and well, everyone was just magically around me really fast, and someone had pooped in my pants. I don't know who did it. I haven't found him yet. I just closed my eyes for a brief second, and my wife's like, all right, go back up to the house. You're done. And I was like, no, I can land it. She's like, well, at least like change poop pants. If I go back up to the house, I'll never do this trick. So 2 more crashes later and a dislocated shoulder, and I got this trick around.
You don't go back up to the house.
No, so I didn't go back up to the house and ended up landing a double backflip 360. I mean, it was.
And you had poop in your pants?
A lot, like not just a little.
That's not the video I saw. The video was like him telling his wife for the first time that
Well, so
after he wrecked.
I don't know if that's. I don't know where that would be, but this is him talking about it, and like the best part was at the very beginning when he was like, I didn't have a concussion, like I didn't get knocked out. Just all of a sudden, everybody was around me. It was just like really fast. Like they got there really fast. Yeah, you knocked yourself out. That's kind of how that works. And then you shit your pants.
We got more on.
That was my favorite line in that whole song.
The boxer's stuck to my ass. That is the perfect line for that.
That's disgusting.
Wipe Vaseline on your butt cheeks, pull your pants up real tight, and then try to pull them off. You'll know exactly what I experienced.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, I think
Except for it wasn't my butt cheeks. It was my crack.
Well, yeah.
that's kind of where the poop
I
comes
feel like
from.
if you shit
If it
enough
comes out
that
of your
cut-
butt cheeks first,
No.
we have an issue.
Why do you
the-
think?
No. It's the idea that if you fill your pants enough, it sticks to your butt cheeks. Like, that's a lot of poo-poo. That's if you didn't shit your
You're
pants.
talking like baby diaper poop.
At that point, yeah.
Like shitting up your back.
Like, yeah, oh yeah. That's what Travis Pastrana probably did. He shit
do you
because he
know-
landed on his ass and it probably just. Right, all the way up the back.
Do you know why all of this happened?
Oh God.
Because the day before.
That wasn't the day before. I did that 2 days before.
Okay, 2 days before. He had drank a whole bottle of magnesium citrate.
Magnesium citrate.
You trusted way too early.
I trusted
did
the
his
next day.
Whole bag of jelly beans up his ass.
I trusted next day. Next day I was trusting farts again. That's why it surprised me so much because I'd already popped out like 40, 50 farts at this point. No close calls, nothing. They were all dry.
The more you fart, the closer the poop gets. You gotta at some point.
I'd taken multiple
stop.
shits in the interim.
Interim.
Yeah.
Well, you want to hear a shit story?
Yeah, why not? We just heard one.
I have a fart story.
So he called me. I was at work the other day. I'll let him tell the story. But basically, I was at work, and I was like, "Hey, you want to hear a funny story?" And he was like, "Sure." And then I proceeded to tell him this story.
Just for a little context, I'm walking around Orslins, which is now Baumgars.
Where are you getting new pants? Did you shit in your pants?
I did not shit my pants. I did that before and was able to shower. And anyways,
Hey, that's a good idea. I should have showered
you
afterwards.
should have.
What the fuck?
Nasty bitch.
We have a
Nasty
bidet.
bitch.
I rinsed my butt.
Nah, that's like a whole hour moment.
Bruh.
Hang on.
No. She said,
Hang on.
hang on.
You didn't shower for one. You didn't shower.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God, tell me you did not keep the pants you shit in.
Oh, no, those went straight into the
okay,
garbage
thank
can.
God. Okay,
That
that's
was
all I
my
wanted to make
first
sure.
clue because they were blue. And when I came back in, he was
Ba-ba-dee-ba-da-da.
wearing black boxers.
Oh, so you didn't know what had happened?
Oh, I figured, but
Wait.
Okay, but do you know what
That
the
was the
first words out of her
confirmation.
mouth were? We're even, motherfucker.
there is zero context for that.
I know, and I will leave that to you if you want to
Well,
expand.
were you just in your boxers?
No, I was in shorts too.
Okay, because I would have. I would have been like, did you rip the fucking sheets off the bed? Because boxers don't hold shit in very
the
well.
angle that he was at.
I had ass in the air, leg up.
Yeah, he had prepared for this fart.
Maybe
he,
a little
he
too
was
much.
Like, yeah, that may have
You
been
made
part
it
of your
easier
problem.
to come
yeah.
out. Yeah, no.
Fountain.
Ew. Anyways.
If there hadn't been boxers, I would have painted the wall.
So hang on.
Ew.
Remember all of the words, the discussion prior to me leaving the bedroom. Now picture Van, like bicycle legs up in the air while all of this is going on.
Yeah, I'm screaming with my ass in the air
You're trying
going.
to run away from your poop or
No,
what?
no, I was trying not to get my butt on the bed. I had no idea what damage had been done at this
It's
point.
too late at that point.
I didn't want to get shit on the bed if it was that bad.
You guys need a new bed, anyways.
We're getting a new one.
bed.
Yeah.
Anyways, my story. Let's just go back to that real fast. So the context, he's in the store.
Context?
Context.
Uh-huh.
He's in the store. I'm on the phone. I'm at work. I got back into my truck. I got a camera, so I was like, anyways. I had just went to the bathroom, and I told him, and I was like, hey, you want to hear a funny story? He was like, yeah. So I was like, so you know those poops where, like, you can feel your butthole stretching?
Mm-hmm.
Like those kinds of poops? Those,
Every poop I take just
them
about.
good poops.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big one. I was like, well, I just took one of those. But I let it loose. You know, I let the turd fly, and it hit the water, and the water came back and kissed my booty hole.
Was this in an actual toilet or
Yeah.
a porta potty? Okay.
No, it's an
Oh,
actual
God.
toilet. If it was porta potty, I would kill myself.
No, if it were a porta potty, I'd ask you to join some sort of Olympic shitting sport because that's like 18 feet.
So when she
Impressive.
asked me this, like I'm in the store and I'm reading about shit, like reading the back of boxes and stuff, looking for a specific thing, and
She's
I
on
just kinda
speakerphone.
Like, yeah, okay, I'll hear your funny story, but like I'm kind of in the middle of something at the same time, so I'm trying to multitask. She says something about one of those good poops that really stretch your butthole, and she had my full undivided attention. to that. Like
The thought of somebody stretching your butthole, right?
yeah, really got me going.
Wait, you were talking about pegging? No, I was talking about a shit I took. Oh, okay. I'm going to read this box then.
I'm very dismissed. And then she goes on to tell me about this gallon of water that just like reached up and kissed her booty hole.
She
And
also
I
had a
fucking
bidet.
lose it in the middle of the store. Like this old dude's walking by me, just giving me that look, like, what the fuck is wrong?
Just
with
look at him and go, it's a Jeep thing. You wouldn't understand.
He was
'Cause I
probably
had
like,
an
did he
AirPod
smell
in,
my
so
Depends?
it's not like I was holding my phone up to my ear. And
Yeah.
you know how the older generation is right now? They're just like,
They don't understand.
Well, let's be honest
Motherfuckers.
with each other. If you're walking past an aisle and they don't have anything in their ears and they're acting like you did, it's the old thing where they don't know to look for that. So you're just like, God, what is wrong with that guy?
like, this dude's tripping. balls in here.
He's fucking eating mushrooms all in the store.
I want to read that box. Is that box funny?
But yeah,
I mean,
I had to do a whore bath in the bathroom, make sure I got all the poo water off of me.
there's honestly been times I think I've thought maybe I should submit my turds to like Guinness Book of World Records.
Have you ever had like that real good turd that's just like long
Yes.
and like you're kind of considering like chopping it up with something?
No.
So it'll go down.
No.
I've seen Alec did one of those one time. It was impressive, honestly.
Okay.
How did you see it?
Because we all went into the bathroom and looked.
Is this
you couldn't flush it.
Was this at Graham's or
Grandma Shirley's.
that was my poo poo.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alec claimed it.
I know.
Why
and
would
I was
claim that?
I don't know. Maybe he
Because
thought it would
Alec
be
is
cool to lay a
weird.
big poo poo. But I've literally laid turds so large. That one, it wasn't that it was so long it wouldn't go down. It was so fat it got stuck in the pipe.
Well, okay, maybe it was Alec a different time too, because it was so long, it was almost out of the fucking bowl. Like it kind of looked like he stood up to finish his poop.
Ice
He
cream
didn't have a
coned it.
choice.
No, it was just long. It just kind
Did
of
it have
curved.
a little curly Q on top? Like Dairy Queen?
Ew.
No, like I'm not sure like why, but mine like it only takes like 3 seconds for the majority of the work to be done, and I'll get up and go, how fast did that come out? Because it's like 8 feet long.
It's like, have you ever had like the secret ones where you're like,
Everyone say bye to Bebop.
bye, bebop.
He's going to do Jeep things.
I got to go do some Jeep shit.
He's got to jack up his ass and yeah.
Spray it.
Don't forget to spread them. No, but like, have you ever just like pooped and you're like, you turn around and you look at it and you're like, that came out of me? What?
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna this one.
You know that's how it's supposed to be, though, right?
What?
Like, your excrement is supposed to be like one solid, long piece.
I believe it.
It's not supposed to be like tiny little pieces.
Yeah. I mean, most of the time mine is a solid piece, but it's just like impressive when it's really long. Or like you don't notice that it came out and it's that long. You just think it was like a
Hang on.
small poop.
We're not off the colon topic.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
We're talking about poop here.
I want you to tell everyone how wonderful my fart smelled the other night.
Oh God, we're gonna go straight. I guess we are on poo poo right now.
Yeah.
We took a trip down to Springfield for a work event where I got a plaque for getting second place in sales for the whole company. And
Nice.
on the way
And
back,
surprisingly, it's not on my desk this time.
it's in my car still. On the way back,
There's
she
still
rips
time.
one. You've had hot farts, right? Like where they're warm. Like you're like, did that come out of me because it shouldn't have heated my cheeks so
Hang
much,
on.
right?
A couple of days ago, he had one that was so bad. It was so fucking warm, and it smelled like sauerkraut that had gotten sad.
Ew.
So she said I had sad sauerkraut farts. But imagine, if you will. I just want you to think, okay? What smells do you get when you go to the county fair? Fried food.
And then cow shit, like the farming side
Sure,
of it.
sure. But I'm talking more like as you're walking
Like when
through
you're
the
walking
food.
through like the rides.
You get
and
the funnel
food and stuff.
cake.
Yeah.
You walk past the cotton candy machine. You can smell cotton candy, right?
And then and then there's the food trucks that got like all the meats.
yeah.
Yeah.
Combine that, right, with heat in your face. The cotton candy smell right after somebody farts and your face suddenly gets warm. You don't want to smell that because you're like, it's a trick. My mind went straight to Star Wars and it's a trap. She farted cotton candy and it was hot. And I'm like, how?
Fresh cotton candy is hot.
It is true.
I don't want to.
They melt the sugar.
No,
and
there's
then they
nothing in
spin
our
it.
car that should have given a cotton candy smell.
My ass.
No.
apparently.
I want to know what you ate to get that smell.
I have no idea because up until literally about an hour before this, I had been on keto for a
Hang
month.
on, I know. What are those sugar-free candies you were eating that one day?
I mean, I have
Jolly Rancher, all kinds.
Yeah, there's
It's
been
that.
several.
But we made a discovery. We know why Ghost actually doesn't like corn.
Ghost.
No. It's the reason. It was just where the corn came from.
Yeah. Corn did get stuck in his tooth,
Oh.
but it's where
But
he got
told
the
us
corn from.
He was eating it.
Y'all are stupid.
He was eating booty and found corn that got stuck in his tooth.
Ew.
We're stupid?
Y'all are stupid.
He's not denying it, though. He's just angry we've told on him.
And he's still not denying
He's
it.
still not denying it. So I want to pop off with this real quick. This is going to change out of the poo-poos. And, yeah.
It's really fucking loud.
This is actually from like a week and a half ago.
The news.
From a week ago.
The
Report.
olds.
189 dead bodies found rotting in Colorado after a couple who offered eco-friendly funeral services spent all the money on cars, trips, and crypto. The bodies were left in an unrefrigerated room infested by bugs. It gets worse. The remains the families received were allegedly just bags of mixed concrete and not the actual ashes. When authorities searched the property, the floor was filled with the liquid of human decomposition.
That's disgusting.
The couple, John and Carrie Halford, are both facing more than 200 charges and will be arraigned in March. Mix that with our trip when we were 18 in Colorado and a couple walking by going, "You're from Missouri? You should come over for dinner." No.
Well, they didn't kill them. They just
Okay, but
stashed their bodies.
that's the ones they found so far.
Huh.
Just like, you're like, "Hey, babe, I got this idea." Dead bodies. People pay all kinds of money for that. We don't even have to do anything. We just toss them in this building. Nobody will ever know.
That
When you get
smell
to
had
body
be
number
awful.
30, you didn't think like, "Oh God, somebody's going to notice this."
Like, why not just
No,
like
they got to
mass-
189.
They got to 189 bodies.
I'm sorry. If I was trying to get away with this, I would just dig a big ass hole, like mass grave.
You could do lime.
There's
Like
so many options.
so many options of things to do, like to get away with this scheme. And you just threw the bodies into
Well,
a
let's show 'em how
room.
to do it right.
Oh Jesus!
Threw it into like a house and walked away. How much do you think they were charging
You know
for
what I
this?
would've done,
189 times what? 5-6 grand?
Probably more than that, if we're being honest. Colorado's a pretty expensive cost of living state, and funerals run upwards of 15.
I mean, can they really say they were lying? It was an
$17,000.
eco-friendly. I mean,
Yeah, they weren't using any.
Yeah, but they were giving not the ashes back to the family.
I mean, why,
Yeah.
if you're getting ashes back to your family, why not just go get it cremated?
Well, because
That's the
what
thing,
they were
right?
supposed to do.
is that what they were doing? Because it was eco-friendly.
Okay,
Burning a body is not
but
eco-friendly.
Why not go to like a funeral home where they give you the option to have your cremation or burial?
See, when
instead
I
of
hear
two-
eco-friendly, I think of the ones where they bury your body and make
like
a tree out of
green
it.
Yeah.
burial.
Or do you know the mushroom coffins?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, they cover your body in spores, and the mushrooms decompose your body.
Really?
They have a coffin literally made out of like mashed mushrooms, and it just fucking eats everything away.
That's
Huh.
cool.
Yeah.
I've also seen. Have you seen the? It's a form of, instead of burning, they boil your body.
Oh, I bet you that smells good.
So they put you in like this bag and they just boil you.
What is that called when you like cook a steak like that?
I don't.
Grilling?
No. You
Oh,
No, you do it eggs,
It's not
poached eggs.
poaching.
poaching.
Yeah, basically you poach the body until it's cremated. Yeah,
Blech.
and then they take all of the juices.
And drank them.
No, and they put them into like plants and stuff for like feeding the plants or whatever. And then they take everything else, like all the bones and shit, and they grind it up, and that's the ashes you get.
Immediately think, feed me, Seymour.
Gross.
She wasn't that aggressive. At the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, at the end.
But she didn't sound like she'd been smoking for years.
Sure.
She didn't sound like Danny DeVito
She's also
in the
like
fucking
80
Batman
now.
movies.
That's what she sounds like now.
What is that called whenever they boil you instead?
Poaching.
No, what do they call it?
Sous vide.
That's what I was thinking right there. Sous vide. That's like a sous vide steak.
So you say, why not go to a funeral home where they offer like burial or cremation? I think the important key point here is it was supposed to be an eco-friendly alternative to cremation or funeral home. But then I don't understand why they were giving bags of ashes
That's
back
what I'm
anyway.
saying. Yeah. If it
Because-
was like an eco-friendly, then they wouldn't be burning them. So why are you giving them ashes?
Right.
It would immediately spark questions with
Well,
me.
they
Like,
might have been posing as like something like this because this is supposed to be bio-friendly type of thing, like water cremation. That's what they call it, water cremation.
Mm-hmm.
So that might have been what they said they were doing.
There are a lot of places that isn't legal, though.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, you just leave them in the basement of a building, and eventually the body fluids will.
That's not legal. Technically, sure.
But
Legally,
hang on.
no.
If you put them in the house and then you bulldoze it and put some dirt over the top, is that legal?
No.
That's going to be their argument when once we got to 250 bodies, we're gonna
bury them.
we're gonna bury the house and then we were gonna buy another house.
Yep.
Eco-friendly.
We were going to build a house on top of it and sell it.
Oh God.
And that's how you get
That's
poultry.
where they were going to put their garden.
Oh,
That's where they were going to put their pool.
would you like a tomato?
I mean,
You got a 13% chance it's got your cousin's finger on it.
Yeah, could you imagine eating something that like
Yes.
all the body juices
Like helped
seeped
grow?
into? Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think it would taste like? You think it would taste the same?
It's exactly the same.
actually, it would
Have you
probably
tried
taste
it?
better.
Have you tried it before?
I don't know.
You're not getting the flavor of the dead body.
I'm not
Right.
eating
I'm not
anything that
saying-
was grown from human remains.
I'm not saying it would
Why?
taste like dead body. I just wonder if the flavor would change.
Don't eat any
slightly.
vegetables that you get.
No,
at the
don't give me the
store.
like millions of years, blah blah blah.
No. Where do you think the people who pick those vegetables use the bathroom? Why do you think E. coli is such a widespread problem with bagged lettuce?
You think they just shit in the field?
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're growing our own lettuce now.
We're going to have our kids shit in the field. That's how you're going to get the real
Yeah,
taste.
we're growing our own corn and carrots.
Look, I don't have any issue with like utilizing decomposed human remains to fertilize plants. Like that's literally the point of the circle of life.
Okay, but I'm not using human remains.
That's
No, fecal matter and remains are a little bit different. One is what your body's broken down and what's left over, and the other one is
you said
what is broken down.
decomposing humans.
Yeah.
I did. I don't have any issues with eating food that's been fertilized using decomposed human remains. I don't have a problem with that. As long as it is processed properly and it isn't just them spraying like ground up dead bodies all over everything.
Yeah.
How
and
do you
then
think
like,
they would go
wash
about
it.
doing it, though? That would be it.
I mean,
Cheapest, fastest, that's all I give a fuck about.
See, here's what I was trying
Put
to
them
say.
in a
Like,
blender.
You're going to get a head of lettuce and literally find a finger and be like, God damn it, again?
I wouldn't be worried about like it tasting like dead body. I just want to know if the flavor would be changed based on what you feed.
I mean, this guy's straight up said he
Honestly-
would eat human, like, if he were offered it.
if we're being honest though, if it's been fertilized with decomposed remains, it would probably taste better. A lot of the issue that we have nowadays with farming, with big farms that supply like Walmart and stuff, is they're not fertilizing with actual things that fertilize things. They're just spraying chemicals and shit on it and
To make them
bigger.
grow faster.
to make them
and
grow
bigger
faster. They
and-
don't have the same amount of flavor as using compost that's had other
I mean,
vegetables.
most of the stuff we eat is made
decomposed.
from, like, cow manure or horse manure and stuff like that is mixed into
You know
it.
what we
Yeah,
should do?
cows and horses that are fed
grass.
also a crappy diet.
I'm just saying.
If we ever get enough money to get that huge plot of land
Yeah.
and we like
We're
build
not
our
doing
houses-
eco-friendly burials.
Hold on. We should
So we can
we should
decompose
just
human bodies for the juices.
we should literally just be like, hey, donate your body here, help grow our vegetables. We'll sell them back
No.
to you so you can eat your cousin.
No. Nope.
I don't see. I literally don't
No.
see. No.
Nope.
Stop it. Stop it. Literally, like she said, the circle of life is you live, you eat the vegetables, you die, your body helps grow more vegetables.
Great.
There's
I'm
a
not
place-
fucking with dead bodies and plants, and I'm not doing all that, and it ain't getting done on my property because that's when the plot of land, we're already getting called a cult, first off, because
Well,
of what I
that's
want it
because
to
you're
be.
in a cult.
We're not going to be a cult that harvests dead bodies.
It's
We're
just
not
a homestead.
harvesting dead bodies.
not a
We're
cult.
using them as force.
You're literally
fertilizer.
harvesting the dead bodies
We're
to grow
recruiting
things.
dead bodies. We're recruiting dead bodies.
harvesting
It's
them.
Different.
No, that's not harvesting. If you,
Harvesting is like picking the corn.
yeah, you
You
go
would
out-
harvest the
Harvesting
bodies.
is murdering the people and burying them
Yeah.
under your
Look up the
garden.
fucking definition for
Gathering.
harvest.
We're right, motherfucker. Harvesting.
You harvest the corn.
You go and you
You
get
don't
it.
murder the.
So when the dead
corn.
body is perfect for spreading across the ground,
So
you wouldn't be
hang on.
harvesting that dead body to use for your farm.
Nah.
Okay.
Hang on. So is it harvesting whenever you go to the
Catch
store
or
and buy
kill
something?
animals for human consumption of use.
Okay, but there's
Or
other
use,
types
sorry.
of harvest.
Remove cells, tissue, and organ from a person or animal for transplantation or experimental purposes, or to gather a crop as a harvest is the verb.
I mean, I guess if you look at it a certain way, we are gathering dead bodies.
And
We're purchasing them though.
but we're still
No, I said
harvesting them.
donate. I said donate.
Oh,
Look,
I ain't gonna buy a dead body. Why? There's so many people who would give it to me for free.
that's true.
there's so many people who would give it to you
And
for
pay
free.
you.
They might not be willing, but
Yeah, well, that's besides. the
Hey,
point.
we could get
that's
paid for that.
splitting hairs.
That's a gray area.
News stories like this are really shitty though, because there are people out there who want alternative, eco-friendly means of disposal of their body once they're dead, and you get stories like this, and that's why legislation passes that makes eco-friendly alternatives illegal, because that scares people.
Yeah.
There's a place up in
Well,
Oregon or Washington that you take your loved one's remains and they put them in a box that has like mulch and dirt and stuff in it, and they basically compost your loved one's body and give it back to you to use in your garden or however you see fit, but they give you bags of dirt back.
Mhm.
I don't
that's
see
cool.
anything wrong with
Okay, that's cool. I don't want any part of it. I'm good.
they should really like.
that. That's how you're going out, motherfucker.
No, I'm going out. You're gonna burn me. And the most that I'm okay with anybody doing is like do the thing where you make a fake diamond out of like some of my ashes or something.
The most I'm okay with anyone doing is turning me into a gem like I am.
I'd be totally fine if somebody just threw my body into a field and grew some, not corn. Not corn.
No corn
No corn.
can be made with his
Only
body.
corn.
That's what I'm gonna make is corn with this body. Be like, fuck you, dude.
All right, well, you have no reign over what happens to me after I die then.
Can I?
I feel like he's influenced.
I feel like Hallie might have a
corn.
price.
Buddy, there ain't. I don't know of anybody that you could trust with your body. That
Listen.
I couldn't sweet talk and be like, give me the leg.
Listen,
I
I
just want to
wouldn't.
grow some corn.
How about this? I won't make
My
corn.
mom, I'll tell her.
I won't make corn. I'll make eggplants
She'll
and then
do
sell
maize.
eggplants.
I could be.
Oh,
okay.
I know a
As a
loophole.
joke.
I know a loophole.
It'll just be maize.
Whatever crops you don't use, we'll grind them up and use them to grow corn.
Yeah, then I don't care.
Because you're so
He
deluded by
doesn't
that
care
point.
if it's corn adjacent. He just doesn't want it to be corn
No
immediately.
corn.
I do have a question for you guys.
What?
If you'll open up your
Well, before we go, I'm just so stuck on the fact that you're like, no,
Right?
no dead body food, no.
I just don't want
No.
to. I don't want to fuck with it.
What do you think? Like, okay,
Okay, but there's so much shit that you're like that about, so I don't even want to fucking hear it from
no.
He's not wrong.
Like what?
Corn.
you. Teslas.
I don't like driving Tesla.
Teslas. No.
No, I've already told
Electric
you.
swapping.
Oh, I've done fucking told you. It's not unreasonable things. Like, it's not unreasonable fucking. I don't like the way a Tesla
There's been
drives.
so many times we'll like ask you a question, and then after you leave the room, we go, no.
Okay, I don't like the way a Tesla drives. I just don't like it. And your guys' cars are completely different. It's like going. It's night and day from my car to your car. I just don't like it as much.
Well, that's because they're very different kinds of cars.
I don't like it. And then what was the other one? You said Teslas and what?
Corn.
Just I don't just you're
'Cause it
calling on
fucking
me at the
hurt.
moment. I can't think of anything at the very like
Examples don't exist anymore.
no.
Yeah,
but,
but see, if it's a
Alyssa, you agree,
natural-
right? There's plenty of things that like he doesn't even have reasons for. He's just like I hate it.
If it's a natural thing, you're not okay with it. It's only not natural because we've been made to
Yeah,
believe
you're
it's
right.
not
The
natural.
parasites that'll eat your brain because you're eating stuff that comes from human remains or the brain-eating disease.
You're not eating
or
human remains.
You're not
if
eating.
it's
eating human
has something, if it's in the premises of that, and you eat things that are close to it, it can
You
definitely
have to
get
wait
into
for the
you.
body to
If
decompose.
you don't know how prions work, don't speak on prions.
Shut your mouth. I know everything
Why'd you do that?
because I know. You don't.
He did the gay like wrist flip.
I know all the people who do all the stuff with the things, and they tell me everything, so I know all.
Since you're doing this, you see, let out a sneaker line, right?
Yeah.
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 Did you hear his reasoning?
No.
Because, and I quote his words, black people love sneakers.
Did he actually say that? I thought that
Yes.
was like other people saying that.
No, that probably came out of his
That was
mouth.
him.
We have an
wanna hear it.
older security guard at work. His name is Mike. And the other night, we were talking about dogs. Like, I walked up to the front, and he's, like, showing pictures of his dog and talking about his dog, and we're all talking about our dogs. And then all of a sudden, fucking out of nowhere, he goes, politics, man. And then launches into this fucking boomer rant. And it was me, the charge, who was a black woman, and an older white lady, like older than me. She's probably, I'd say, maybe early 50s. And this is a 10-minute long rant. And it's like Dr. David, the intensivist that we have, that's a complete asshole to everyone who deserves it. It's like he had radar going off that there was some shit going down outside because he just comes waltzing out of the back room. And my charge goes, Dr. David, you'll love this. Listen to this. I preface this with Dr. David's wife is a Mexican. And he has had her called the housekeeper, the gardener, the help, everything but his wife.
Oh, I thought that's what he called her. I was like,
I mean, he
Jesus.
does now, but. And this security guard is going on this rant about how illegals are ruining everything. He's like, these Mexicans shouldn't be blah, blah, blah. And we're going, the whole room, we're just sitting there going, like, awkward smiles on our faces. And he just this is like 15 minutes of this guy just vomiting words out of his mouth, and no one is responding.
So crazy.
Until he got to Michelle Obama.
Oh,
And he said
Jesus.
something about Michelle Obama, which if you agree with her, you don't. My charge is a black woman, a millennial black woman, who has no issues with expressing her support for the Obamas. She's literally from Africa.
Sorry, I thought you were about to say she has no issues expressing her blackness.
She doesn't have issues with that either. She is literally from Africa.
Like, I saw your lips starting to form, and I was like, she's gonna say it.
And so I've decided, and I'm going to talk to her about it first, because I don't just want to do. I want to buy like a nice picture frame, and I want to print out like a really nice picture of Michelle Obama, and I want to give it to her. And anytime the security guard is working, I want
Put
to
it
have
up.
like fake flowers and whatnot. And I want to put it up when he's working. And I just want to set up a Michelle Obama shrine at the
Yes.
charge desk.
Yes, I
Okay.
agree.
You
Do
can
it.
commence.
Hang on, real quick. I just realized. No, this is real fast. We've gone from shit to politics.
To shit.
Now we need to talk about spiders, so it could be just like the first
No,
episode.
no. We're gonna stay in politics for a minute.
Oh, no.
I'm just saying, at some point we
I
gotta talk
have
about
regrets.
spiders.
Well, it's just the campaigns are going on. I don't know if you guys have seen that
Yeah.
No, I just
Can
seen
you
that.
for
tell me more?
presidency.
Why is that?
I
Why
don't
are
know
the
if you know
campaigns
this,
happening?
but Donald Trump needs your support. If you'll donate to his GoFundMe account,
Oh Lord.
stop it, please. You can't show us you're any fucking dumber.
Why does Donald Trump have a GoFundMe account?
Are you
Oh.
sure?
Oh yeah. Oh, this is the third time he's done this.
I didn't know if it was like it was actually his or
Yes.
people like claiming it.
Nope.
Him.
Donald Trump
Well,
has a GoFundMe account.
There were people who, I don't know about this particular time, but in the past, there were people who independently set up GoFundMe accounts for Donald Trump
to send him the money.
to send him the money.
So I don't know if you know this, and I don't know all the details because I really just don't even give a shit anymore. He's been sent to court several times in New York City. Well, now he's not allowed to run any business inside of New York.
Mm-hmm.
The sneaker thing was from a convention in Pennsylvania because he can't sell his sneakers in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So people are setting up GoFundMe accounts to help the poor guy.
Small loan of $1 million.
Because, you know, he was fined hundreds of thousands of dollars, and the poor billionaire, he can't pay for this stuff. I mean, how's he going to fly his private jet?
Jesus.
Are you guys fucking serious?
I thought this was like the political, like,
No.
like
Not-
help
not
paying for.
campaigning
Yeah,
funds.
that's what I thought you were talking about. They're just wanting to give him money because they.
They
For
feel
legal
bad
fees.
for him for legal fees. They're trying to pay for his fucking legal fees. Guys, are you fucking serious?
He can afford it.
You cannot honestly think for a fucking second he's even feeling the pain from any of that.
Let dumb people do dumb things. It's okay.
Look, I'm not saying that maybe people are right that there should be some sort of like mass extinction of humanity. But don't bitch about not having money and then send a fucking billionaire hundreds of thousands of dollars because you feel
Literally.
bad for him. Please, for the love of Jesus.
I saw a video. Speaking on money, I saw a video the other day. This lady, she's like, I make $60,000 a year, and talking about how like that's supposed to be like middle class, and she was like, I'm scraping by. She's like, I ain't got shit, and I should be middle class, like saving money type of thing. And I'm like, you know what? That is bullshit. That you don't have any money. I don't have any fucking money, and I think I make almost 62.
Yeah, no, 60 is...
Nothing.
What is the
I
poverty
made
level set for the U.S. now?
45.
You're in poverty at 45. So anything above 45, you've got
Just
probably
enough.
another 40,000 to go before you're at the step above poverty, which is lower class.
Yeah.
We were told that we are $4,000 from the next tax bracket. So if we make $4,000 more this year than we made last year, we are bumped up to the next tax bracket. Why
which
does
is
that not want to come out of my mouth?
22%
Taxes.
taxes.
Now,
And we're scraping the fuck by.
Yeah.
because I had to explain this to him yesterday. You don't pay 22% on all of that money.
This is not financial advice. We're not CPAs.
No, I'm not saying that we are. I'm
I just have-
explaining how our taxes
We have to
work.
say that when we're talking about this shit. We
Our-
have to say that.
Our tax system in America is like a tiered system. So from 0 to 9,999, you'd pay this amount of tax. And then when you go over $9,999, you pay X amount on whatever over that $9,000 that you are making.
You're saying that. Have you checked it recently? Because for all we know, they changed it. They could have changed it since you last looked. That's why I'm saying this isn't financial advice, and we're not CPAs.
You don't fucking ever pay attention to the words.
Oh
that
my
come out of your
God. You stop it. We are talking to people, and if they take this advice and get fucked over, we can be sued for it.
I'm
That's
not
it.
giving advice. I'm telling
Exactly.
them how our taxes work.
I'm not paying any taxes. I'm done.
Good luck.
If everybody stops, what are they going to do? Put us all in jail?
Yeah,
Let's go.
they'll try.
Let's do it.
They'll try.
Let's do it. You want to go
The
to jail?
United States uses a progressive tax system, meaning taxpayers pay more incremental taxes as they earn more income.
Yeah.
Okay.
A progressive tax system.
I'm just saying let's leave it there for legal reasons.
There's
Because if
nothing
this changes in
illegal about
5
this.
fucking years and this podcast is still out there, they could try to come back on us, Alyssa.
There's nothing to come back on us on.
What? How
No,
are they gonna
there's
come for
not.
us?
But that doesn't mean they won't fucking try. You're not getting the point here. People
Let
will...
them try.
No, because we have the luck where we'll lose even though we're right. I don't want to give people fucking ammunition for this shit.
There's nothing to give ammunition. Fucking take an economics class in goddamn school. They will
Okay,
teach you the
great.
same exact
That's
thing.
good advice. No, take the last part of it out.
God.
I'm not calling you stupid. I'm not saying you're wrong. Quit taking it personally. I'm not attacking you. I'm covering our ass because we're this fucking close to actually maybe being comfortable one day. And I'm not getting fucked over because
That will
some
never
Nancy
happen.
ass motherfucker gets their panties in a wad, goes, well, I used to listen to their podcast and they said to do this when it's not even what we fucking said.
Our podcasts are dated.
Alyssa,
Van.
it
Did
doesn't
you guys-
matter.
You guys know whenever we were like first sent people to space and they orbited the moon, they read like the first 10 chapters of the book of Genesis, and whenever they came back, some bitch sued NASA for them reading the Bible in space.
Again, that's not financial advice. We're not astronauts. Okay.
So he said something about being in trouble by some fucking Nancy bitch.
No,
It
I just think
made me
it's
laugh.
like what did they sue for? What was the
For bringing
Religion
into the state or some shit like that.
So
Oh.
NASA is a government-owned.
yeah?
She won.
That's why I'm saying I don't care if we're doing something
I
right or
mean-
wrong at this point. It's CYA.
We could be sued for a lot of things on this.
Yeah.
Bring it.
I'm
so
not
why don't
gonna-
we just shut the whole damn podcast down?
Let's do
Because
it.
it's fun. And the stuff we could potentially
when
be
it's
sued
stuff
for,
that
they have
you
to
want
prove
to talk
You know
damages.
what? Everybody listening, don't pay your taxes.
Again, not financial advice. We're not
This is-
CPAs.
Unregulated financial advice from Callie.
Yeah.
This is bad.
We're not
financial
associated
advice
with Callie for
Callie.
the last 5 seconds or the next 30. Go ahead.
What?
Wait till you hit
She has
31
no
seconds.
association with this for the next 30 seconds.
Yeah. Don't pay taxes. Don't buy shit.
Zero
Just steal
doesn't
it.
exist.
You walk into Walmart, you walk out with the shit. Don't pay for it.
Okay, and that's been the news.
What are they gonna do? Put us all in jail?
Yes,
They can't. They ain't got the
because
room
only
for
8
it.
people are going to listen to you.
They
They
don't have the
can't
room
put
for
us all
us.
in jail. They lock up all 8 of you.
You couldn't get all of us, Copper. I literally have all of you. Now, here's the question I wanted to ask earlier. Who would win in a fight?
Me?
A trained police officer or an acorn?
Obviously, the acorn.
Oh my god, I've seen the video.
I'm not affiliated with this discussion because I don't want someone to think that an acorn's going to be able to win in a fight and then put money on it and lose a ton of money.
Shut up.
Hey, good job. Good job. They're covering all your bases.
Okay, so you looked into this?
I just came
Because
across,
I
it was on
started
TikTok.
watching a video about it, and I just saw, like,
No, I watched the video of it happening.
that's what I watched.
You
Yeah.
know what's crazy though? That made it on my news. That made it on my news. But the 180 fucking bodies found in Colorado,
Nothing.
never seen shit on it.
Really?
Not a damn thing. But that right there, on my news for a fucking week and a half.
What exactly happened?
An acorn apparently fell and either tapped him or hit his car, and he's a veteran, so he had
PTSD?
PTSD flashbacks, and he started fucking unloading a
shooting.
fucking clip at his own fucking vehicle.
Wasn't the other person's vehicle behind his car?
And what's crazy?
Potentially,
Because he was on a traffic stop, wasn't he?
I don't know. I think he was, but it wasn't. I think. I don't fucking know fully,
I
but he
saw-
was on a traffic stop and he was talking to somebody and he heard a fucking acorn and he just fucking like dived down and started laying out fire.
He got on the radio called Shots Fired. I saw
Well,
Yeah,
there was
he
another
said he was
cop.
hit. He said he was
Yeah.
fucking hit.
Their other cops started shooting too at nothing. There's 2 cops.
So
just
the other
shooting.
cop didn't even identify the target and
I
just
don't think
started
so.
unloading?
I don't think the other cop started shooting.
Yeah, I don't think they were shooting. They were just like running around because there was 2 perspectives on the video I saw. So you could see the perspective of the dude that called out "I'm hit" and started diving to the ground and shooting, and then I saw another perspective of the dude diving into the road, and the other cop was like, "Where? Where?"
But he unloaded an entire fucking clip, reloaded, and then he just like, and he's like, I'm hit. He wasn't hit. It was an acorn.
That guy will never live that down for the
Nope.
rest
Nope.
of his
Well,
life.
he resigned, but he unloaded an entire clip. It wasn't just like an empty street. There was houses all up and down this
and
fucking
probably
block.
people walking or driving.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Dogs in
cars
yards.
lined
But
the fucking
he,
street.
from what I understand, the flip out is because there was nothing done. His resignation was all that came from it. There was no tickets written. There was no
I mean, I
taking him to court. There's no.
Then again, he could
I
plea that he
Maybe
does
we
have
don't put
PTSD. And so
people in the line of duty
resignation-
that have PTSD like that and hand them a gun and go, all right, go get the bad guys.
This is not a suggestion, or we're not telling you how to run your police department.
thank you.
I do appreciate that.
I can see it from both angles. Like, yes, I like It'd be nice because
Dan's
if it
not
was
saying
anybody
don't
else who
employ
didn't go to the
veterans.
military and they thought it was a fucking acorn, they'd be reprimanded so fucking hard. But the dude did have PTSD. Maybe
You have to take mental tests to
Yeah.
get into law enforcement.
Maybe
Right.
that's like
But then
maybe
again-
stick him in a field with his car and throw some acorns at him or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh God! There's a new training exercise that goes across the country. All right, it's the acorn test. You stand there, turn your back, son.
Is this a bullet or an acorn?
No, you just you get 8 guys in there with just buckets of acorns and just start lobbing them
No,
at them.
I like the
What's
idea-
happening right now? Tell me about your surroundings. Where are you at right now?
I like the idea of they have an acorn and they have a bullet.
Oh fuck! Somebody hacked the acorns. That's the issue.
On
it.
Monday, we're gonna OC spray you. On Tuesday, we're gonna tase you. And on Wednesday, we're gonna finish this shit off with a cherry on top, and we're gonna lob acorns at you really
No,
hard.
You
Wednesday-
just gotta do it one at a time, though.
No, Wednesday's it's called the surprise test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wednesday's a surprise.
Wednesday's a surprise. Oh, I've heard about this. Is this the acorn? Shut up, Billy. You don't know shit.
You have to write it.
The window's open.
You have to sign
What
an.
did I do?
You have to sign an NDA about the acorn test.
Jesus Christ. Like, do I think that something should come of it? Like, obviously, the mental exam that he took was not able to catch the fact that he's having fucking flashbacks
then
and he's
again,
going to unload his AK-47 into a crowd of
You
people.
got to think of it this way. It affects people different ways and in different points
Look,
in their life.
Just because
Yeah.
he midnight eats does not mean he's okay to shoot at people.
he might not have had any issues before. And
until
then-
that acorn talks
until
some
that
shit on his
acorn-
mama.
Yeah, until that acorn, and he's like, "Shit, I got some issues."
And the same language
You know
that, the
Geico
Taliban use.
commercial where the squirrels like run out into the road and they're playing chicken with the car.
I've never seen that.
What?
This is an older one.
I know what happened. As the acorn fell, it went, Allahu Akbar!
Jesus Christ! I'm not
I am not
affiliated with
affiliated
this.
with this podcast.
You should just go ahead and edit that out.
Nah, it's okay.
So if you want tax lessons with Alyssa,
Wait, Allahu Akbar. That was literally what nobody
again?
yells. I don't know what the fucking phrase
Say-
they use.
say it again.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Is that what it is?
No.
That's not what I said. Allahu Akbar.
Still not right.
Allahu.
Allahu Akbar? Fuck that guy.
Hey, what kind of chair are you sitting in?
A swivelly chair. Allahu Akbar.
That's not the same
It's
race.
not even the same.
I know.
Do you think Jeff Dunham could get away with his jokes with that little terrorist dude? Now?
He still does.
Is he still doing
Yeah.
shows? I haven't seen shit on him in like.
Yeah, well, I
5
mean,
fucking
that's
years.
because he got a
has better
divorce.
sphincter control.
And because he got like a divorce, he went through like a huge ordeal with his marriage and shit, and that fucked his career up.
Why? All he's got to do is tell jokes about.
This is
divorcing
not
his
marriage
wife.
advice, by the way. So,
Jesus.
Oh
Everything.
yeah, you better go through and delete all the times that I had marriage advice with Alyssa at the beginning of this season.
God.
Hey, yeah, what happened to that? Why'd that quit?
The marriage quit.
Oh, wow. You're not okay. Wow. I didn't realize I was single.
I
You're
didn't say
not.
that.
She is.
Oh. I didn't know that's how that worked either.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to show you guys this really cool picture for the next thing. Advertisements.
Going to be an acorn.
Yes.
It is. What
You
do
have to
see in this
identify the
acorn?
you have to identify the perp, and it's an acorn, and then behind it is like a
Acorn
black
have a
dude.
knife that's longer than AK.
Behind it's a black dude, and if they
Yeah.
identify
And
the
an
acorn, they
alien.
get it right.
I'm picturing, like the rooms where they'll set up with like the board will pop up and then they gotta like shoot the
Men
right
in Black.
person. Yeah, like it's just an acorn. Okay.
Squirrel.
Squirrel? No. It's an acorn. Shoot it.
No.
It's an acorn holding a gun to a woman's head.
There's probably a fucking squirrel up in the tree.
Oh my
going,
god!
dude!
If anybody
That's
where
my
this
dude.
officer lives, please go get an acorn outfit and just run up and down his street.
No, don't do that. You're gonna get shot.
That's terrible advice, with man.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to get sued.
Why for getting somebody
If you,
killed?
hang on, if you know this cop, please send him this podcast.
No,
No, don't.
don't do that.
That's a
do.
lawsuit.
We might set off PTSD.
Anybody got an
I
acorn?
wish we had a sound of an acorn dropping. There it is.
There it is.
Quickest download and sound tap we've got in the entire fucking series.
You're right. I should have been like.
That
There it
video
is.
too. I also saw somebody slowed it down, and you could see the acorn.
Could
in
you
the
really?
video. Yeah, somebody like circled it and had it in slow motion. You see the acorn.
So did it hit his car or his shoulder?
I don't remember.
I wonder why.
I think it hit the car because it was a body cam footage. So
Oh,
if you
God.
could see the acorn, it had to have hit the car.
I think we hang
Where
on.
did he say that he got? Why did he feel like he got shot?
We have audio from
The acorn.
the acorn scene. This is from the officer.
That
No,
makes sense.
no, I believe that's the sound the acorn was making.
It does sound like
Sleeping
Allahu
cat.
Akbar. Yeah.
Yep.
Just with a different dialect. Now, on to the next thing.
Is that?
When you guys go to get food, or if you're like, just advertisement in general, right? Kind of outdated to use like hot chicks. You remember like Hardee's had the commercials with like the famous chicks, and they were like eating the gooey burgers, and it would drip all over
The
their chest.
sexual appeal.
Yeah, the
You
sexual
mean like
appeal.
in 2005 through like 2017?
I think it's still going on in some. Like it's pretty distasteful.
Yeah,
to
but like it was
advertise.
hardcore
Oh,
from
yeah.
like 2005 to at least 2011.
I mean, I don't know. It looks pretty tasty to me.
Yeah. Right. So I guess somebody had not gotten the memo that that's not quite as tasteful to do that stuff anymore, to sexualize things to sell your product. To the point where they're like, you can't really sexualize it any more than this.
Where's this restaurant?
What in the hell?
So essentially what this taco shop did was they took pornographic photos and then they covered the wiener with a burrito. So it looks like she's chowing down on a burrito or looking
I
up
mean,
super excited for that taco to hit her lips.
Is that not
Alright,
free?
so-
Like
I
modeling
feel
at
like
that point?
that's copyright infringement.
Probably.
yeah, no.
Just need to take one, like,
Those are all,
spray
like-
nacho cheese on her face with her mouth open.
Yeah.
That's probably on the other side of the window.
So is that a restaurant you stopped at? Like,
No,
do you
this
know
is
where
on
it's at?
Facebook.
Oh.
Let's see if I can figure it out though.
While you're trying to figure it out, since we're like talking about like advertisement and stuff like that, there's been like an uprise of things that I don't like in advertisement because it's a trending thing and they use the things that are trending, and the things that are trending right now are like really pissing me off, like ASMR videos. And like, so I see a Domino's video and it doesn't say anything. It's just bitch picking up a pizza and you hear it like pulling apart.
So, like the Hardee's commercial? Because I'm pretty sure that was the same sound effects that they had. Was her eating the burger and the sound of the burger squishing and her lips
But
smacking.
there was advertisement to it. They're like Hardee's, blah 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 blah. But this was,
ASMR is a natural thing, by the way.
I understand that, but it's trending. Like the kids are watching it. It's cool. It's people eating, whatever. Like it's
Like
fucking
mukbangs?
ignorant. Like I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's like when people have like food on the table. Like,
Yeah,
a fuck ton
like
of
that
food.
shit. But like usually, even if it was just a person eating, the end of the commercial would be like, Hardee's, get your blah 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 sandwich for $3.99 or some shit like that.
It's kind of like in a movie.
It
Like
was the $6
when
burger.
People were
Either
like,
way, this Domino's commercial was just that, and then it said Domino's, and it was over. No talking,
You know
no
what? Hang
nothing,
on.
just Domino's, $6.99, and then on top of that, so there's this really he's a flamboyant dude. He's on TikTok. He got really fucking popular. He's got poofy curly hair, and like he got popular. I think the only video I've ever seen of him was he was on a fucking hoverboard in like 6-inch knee-high fucking pink boots, and he's flamboyant as fuck, which is fine, whatever. But they used his likeness.
Ghost
They
hates the
didn't
gays.
hire him. No, I don't hate the fucking gays. They didn't hire him, but they used his likeness to do a fucking like Spectrum commercial, and it's like he's like, "Are you on the internet?" And the girl's like, "Yeah, I am." And he's like, "Oh my god, who's your provider?" And like they just fucking outrageously did it, and the dude looks like him. He's got the same curly hair. He talks like him. He walks like him. Everything. And it's just fucking ridiculous.
You know what I really hate about advertisements?
Everything.
And like, it's so noticeable. They don't even try to hide it in like movies and shit anymore or shows. Like whenever they have like a Red Bull, for example, and it's facing the camera
Not a
and they hold
sponsor.
it like this and they take a drink and you're like, that's obviously an advertisement.
There's actually a lot of outrage right now because there's clear and simple cut rules right now on like YouTubers and like TV shows and all this other shit, which we watched the Matrix movie the other day. And when they panned out from his computers, boy, you couldn't see that Dell sign any fucking clearer on the back of his monitor. Straight up Dell. It's the only time I noticed it, but it was like in your fucking face. When they panned out, they made sure that Dell emblem was showing.
Yeah.
But they're supposed to like put stuff out there to make sure that you know that this was done for advertising purposes.
Like I get it. Like you have to make people aware that it's an ad, but like why? It didn't used to be like that.
I mean,
People
it
would
did.
see
It's
like
been like
things
that for
in
a while.
movies.
The Coca-Cola commercials, all that.
I'm not talking about commercials. I'm
I
talking
know.
about in a movie.
It's
Like,
been
it's
like
just-
that
There-
longer than you think.
There was
I just don't like it.
there's a movie. It's from the 80s, and it's literally an old muscle car driving down that fucking really long-ass highway that we drove down.
Mm-hmm.
And in the dash, the only thing that's in the fucking dash is maybe like a newspaper and then a McDonald's fry box.
Yeah.
In the dash with M sticking up, and that is like literally...
Like, if you ever notice, like, people who don't have a lot of money in, like, a low-budget film, there won't be any kind of name brand on any kind of thing. Like, not the drinks. They'll have the cans turned in a way so you
Yeah.
can't see the name brand. But, like, any kind of movie, if you see Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Walmart, any sort of
Every-
branding whatsoever, they either have to pay for that or they're getting paid to put that in there.
Yeah.
Apparently, they don't have to do that. But the thing that you're talking about isn't for movies.
No, it's for, like,
It's for
YouTubers.
YouTubers, TikTokers.
Yeah.
They have to very clearly state that the video contains like a paid advertisement, or that
Like Brandon Ferris, he
ad.
does this thing where he opens all the packages and shit.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was him, but there was apparently a YouTuber out there that like, so LTT was talking about this a while back, how they'll get these sponsorships where they're like, we don't want it to show like a regular sponsorship. We want you to just like, oh, look,
Toss
this
it
thing
in
came
there.
in and then, but I want you to hit these very key speaking points.
Yeah.
Well, they'd gotten one for this product, and this YouTuber whose whole thing is like people send him things, and he opens it up, and like, oh my God, who sent me this? And he did it on that product,
But
and
they
hit
did
all those
say-
key points and
they did
talking
say
points.
that it was very obvious, like this is an ad, and
But that he wasn't
he
selling it
didn't
as it was an
state that it was an ad.
advertisement. He was making it look like it was just another box somebody
Yeah.
had sent him.
People, if you got, whenever we first started doing this podcast and we were talking about monetization and all that and trying to get like ads put in, that was one of the options of trying to get people to pay us to do ads. You could either do what they wanted you to say, throw it into the conversation type of thing,
I ain't doing that.
or just put it like an ad spot in there. Like those were the three options that you could choose.
I will do ad spots, let people know that whatever I'm talking about right now has been sponsored by this product.
Yeah.
And other than that, that's our affiliation.
Yeah.
So I just found out something. That advertisement I showed you guys, that is a porn star, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same one in all three pictures. And apparently she had no idea somebody had taken her porn to do this. But she's being a cool sport about it. She posted, that's who posted it,
Oh.
the picture of it. So somebody had sent it to her. And then
She was like, hell yeah.
she said, what the fuck? Ha ha ha. Follow me on my, all the spots to follow her.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? That's kind of cool though. Cause like
She gets a shout out. They
get a, but I
cool.
can't figure out where this is at. So they got kind of the shit end of the stick here, which maybe you shouldn't use somebody's likeness without their permission.
Yeah.
Kind of bad on you. But, and I know that because of the tattoo on her arm. It's in all three of the pictures. So
He recognized the tattoo.
Yeah. He recognized her. Don't lie.
I didn't, honestly.
Who was it?
How long have we been going for?
Lexi Lori,
Oh, okay.
not a sponsor.
TM?
You could be if you wanted to.
Yeah, I guess we could.
I feel like I had so much more shit just so much more shit to talk
I know I
about.
had something else
Did
to
you
talk about, I
text
don't
me half of this stuff, Alyssa, or
I don't know what you're talking
What are you looking up? Oh, you're looking her
there
up.
was so many things I was like, send that. There was something we were talking about the other day, and it's not in here.
Did you put it in the wrong group
Are you-
chat?
Did you look her up?
I sent everything. Yeah, but the only thing that I can find is Filipino food.
Oh, I thought you just looked her up. I was like, well, go to images. Come on now.
I was looking for that advertisement. And is it Lore, Lexi Lore?
Yeah, LORE with a tilde on top.
A tilty on top.
It's called a tilde.
I thought you said tilty.
No, that's just one of the videos she does.
Oh,
I'm
well.
afraid to. Oh, okay. Most of these images are appropriate.
You got the filter thing on.
I think it comes default now.
I did just do a clean install of everything on my computer, which means now I don't have Windows.
Oh, there's the blurred images.
Damn
I
it!
found them.
Now it's trying
I'm
to
not
get me to
clicking on it.
Messenger.
I mean, I sent everything that you told me to send to the podcast Strictly Topics group.
Oh, there is one more thing.
What?
I had something I was going to talk about, but now I can't
Why?
because you decided that I'm not allowed to do things like
Oh
that.
my God. AT&T.
Yeah, that's what it was.
What? What happened with AT&T?
Nothing.
Oh,
They're
no.
the
Hang on. Hang on. Did you get a text message from AT&T?
no.
I got
Oh,
a text message from
Bebo
AT&T.
did too.
You got a text from
Got a
them?
text.
It was a very nice text.
It's AT&T. We apologize for Thursday's outage, which may have impacted you. As a valued customer, your connection matters, and we are committed to doing better.
That don't sound like no credit on my bill.
There are some major conspiracy theories going
Oh
on
my
with this
God.
shit. Like, people think there's encrypted codes that was sent to your phone.
Hey, guys.
Cyber, whatever.
Stop.
Hey, you never know.
No, I do know.
never
Okay,
know.
I know that if a government had it fucking out for us,
What if it was our government?
there are so many goddamn things that they could do to listen, track, and follow us that would not cause a fucking phone outage. They can already hear you. If you have a smart speaker or smartphone, it's listening. It knows where you're at. It knows what you're next to in Walmart.
Good
They don't
thing-
have to hack anything. They sell that fucking data.
Good thing that ours are dumb.
I stood next to a thing of cookies that I've never seen at Walmart before, and that night there was an advertisement for it on my Facebook. It knew I was looking at those cookies, okay? Stop! There's better technology than fucking weather balloons made to spy on people. They're not hacking the mainframe. That's one that was it. Somebody you work with said? Somebody said something somewhere about, I think they're hacking the mainframe.
Oh, God.
It was
What
on Facebook.
exactly to you is the mainframe, motherfucker? What does that mean? You're just using tech words.
Not even tech words. It's
Okay.
Like movie tech words.
Our government is still using paper. Okay, we left codes at hotels, Donald Trump. Thank you.
I posted on the Sullivan Independent News Facebook page. I had taken a picture from AT&T's website during this outage, several hours after it had started, because apparently I'm really lucky and I can't sleep on the nights I don't have any phone service. And our internet hates my phone. So I was awake all night long because I was sitting at my computer to have entertainment.
That's right.
And it said, I was checking for outages, put in your address, and it says, all clear, no outages to report. We didn't find any outages in your area. Still having issues? Get wireless help. A
How?
wireless phone that I can't make wireless calls with.
Wow.
I tried to log into our account, and it wanted to do two-factor authentication. Guess when I got the text message?
Here's
3
what
days later.
Here's what happened.
It was about 12 hours later when they could send it to me.
The conspiracies sprung up about we're being attacked.
I didn't even finish my thought.
Okay, well, go on.
So I had posted that picture on their Facebook, and I said, define outage AT&T, and then I explained that Van had tried to call, and initially he got a busy signal, and then he was able to get through like all the prompts, but they were really, really slow, and then finally he got through all of them, and then he got a busy signal. 3 out of 5 of us at 7 a.m. did not have phone service. He had phone service at 7 a.m. and Annabelle had phone service at 7 a.m. He tried to call AT&T, and at 7:20, he didn't have phone service anymore. I tried to call Annabelle from his phone, and he didn't have any service.
I didn't have service until about 1 in the afternoon.
I got it at like 2:45.
Yeah.
But so I explained all of that in this post, and someone commented, "Watch the mainstream news, not your regular stations. It's already been proved that China has been hacking the infrastructure in the USA. Doesn't nobody pay attention to what's going on?
Doesn't nobody pay any...
Who said
Doesn't
that?
nobody pay no attentions?"
Jesus Christ.
Who said that?
I'm not gonna say names.
I feel like it's Scott.
It was.
No. It was?
It was not.
Oh, I was like, wow.
But for fuck's sake, put your head on for just a second. Pull the tinfoil hat off.
But
Okay.
then they'll get him.
This does prove, however, that at least the birds aren't running on AT&T.
Hold on.
Not AT&T.
I just like
AT&T.
I just
Yeah,
like the
Dan.
fact that we're sitting here having this conversation and Alyssa has a porn star pulled up on her screen in the background.
Oh,
Well,
it's gone.
they're listening. They're listening. They just shut her screen off. They don't need weather balloons.
I don't have porn pictures though. She's
I
clothed
think
in
it's-
all of them.
Yeah.
They
Have
don't
you
need any of
seen-
that.
You,
Then-
you said something about the codes with Donald Trump. Have you seen the shit that
Hang on a minute.
Biden left?
Yes, they all do stupid shit because they're fucking untrustworthy
It's just
idiots.
stupid.
Then there was it was a solar flare.
Oh, good God.
Yes, the sun has it out for the United States and AT&T.
Only AT&T.
Well, Verizon
Yeah.
and T-Mobile got, I think they said like 1,000 customers went down. But I'm going to guess that's because they were using AT&T towers.
Yep.
Because here's what actually happened according to AT&T and according to people before we knew what happened. Because it's happened in the past,
Yeah.
Rivian has suffered from this. You see,
Rivian suffered bad.
You
they
see-
bricked people's cars.
when you have a cell phone, your phone itself receives updates, right?
No.
Your SIM card is another computer chip. And occasionally,
I don't got one of those.
AT&T will send an update to your cell phone service to that SIM card in your phone. And what they did was is they sent out an update to cell service, and it did not go good.
They did an oopsies.
They bricked people's shit. Okay? That's what fucking happened. That's why the internet still worked. That's why your phone still fucking worked. That's why everything else still worked. It was an update pushed that failed. Okay? That is official from AT&T, and that is what the professionals are saying happened.
Could you imagine, just real quick, if they did something like that, but instead of it just like, not, breaking it for a little while, if it like pushed an update on your phone that just completely broke your phone?
That's what I'm going to get to next. Rivian, last year,
Yeah.
pushed an update to their cars. Now, I don't know if you know, but since they're electric vehicles, the software is how everything functions.
Mm-hmm.
They pushed an update to Rivian vehicles, and if you took it, your car became a paperweight. And the only way to fix it was to have it towed to a Rivian repair facility. And they had to flash the entire vehicle, and in some places replace
They
the
showed them their
CPU.
titties?
Yep.
It's crazy.
And they had to do it until the vehicle flashed them back.
Oh.
So it was just a bunch of like repair guys just walking around with their
Just
hairy
flashing
chests
everything.
hanging out all day long.
And I'm actually just kidding. It was the Chinese. The Chinese took down Rivian.
I believe
Actually,
it.
Rivian's working with the Chinese. It's all a plan to take over the world.
Yeah.
I knew that the AT&T thing wasn't like a government thing because the FCC actually reached out to AT&T and was like, "What's going on, guys?" And AT&T was like, "We don't know. Help."
I told her, I was like, somebody was probably sitting in the office and hit the little red button or the big red button. You're not supposed to push the big red button.
No. I have a feeling it was just somebody at the computer just going, enter. Shit, it wasn't ready yet.
Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Undo, 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 undo.
It's not
Fuck.
working.
Yes, Ghost? You were going to say something.
I don't think it was.
You did say
You even had your phone out and was like,
Yeah, I went back to YouTube because I thought I saw a video that I was gonna watch later, and I
Oh.
was just making sure it was because I didn't get an update on it.
Okay.
But the world's a fucking mess right now. And it is just amazing to me that if anything happens, all of a sudden we're being attacked. And Biden had something to do with it, or Trump had something to do with it. Like,
I want to know what happened in that, like, maybe that 12-hour span or like the day before that nobody's talking about. You know what I mean? Because everybody's talking about, oh, the phones that went down, but like, what else happened in that? You know, something else happened.
They're
in
covering something.
Oh,
up.
there was actually, what was it? I
they've
saw something
silenced
on it
her.
the other
She's not
day.
even in the room anymore.
I can't
Yeah,
remember.
we just had a group of SWAT come in.
Yeah, silently.
I saw a video on TikTok yesterday. So it obviously she had posted it after she got her internet back. But this poor lady, you know, you don't have any service, so you don't have your maps anymore.
Oh,
She was
no.
traveling, and it was like 1 a.m. when this all happened for her. And she didn't know where to go or where she was and couldn't do anything. Everywhere was closed because it's 1 a.m. And so she resorted to, and there's a video of her, she videotaped herself bawling. She went through a drive-thru and was like, I don't want any food. I just need help.
They tried to
Poor
call
lady.
911. No, they couldn't get through.
Like, could you imagine you're just somewhere, don't know where, and you have no way to figure out how to get back?
I have good news.
You know, there used to be a way to do that.
Yeah, but nobody knows how
Nobody
to
has
anymore.
maps on
I
them
know.
anymore.
Yeah.
It's
And
not
she
a,
couldn't go buy one because everywhere was closed.
You should just keep one in your car at this point.
coming from the guy that literally looked me in the eyes the other day and said, if I had to use a map, I'd have no idea what the fuck I'm doing.
Coming from the guy who multiple times while we were running a trucking company together said, I don't need a map. I've got my phone.
I'd be like, hey, what states are we next to?
Why
I
do
don't
I
know,
need a
Georgia,
special
and we're in
atlas
North
for
Dakota.
Yes,
truckers?
I still stand by this. I ain't got a map. I don't know how to fucking read a map. But I should probably put one in my car just in case, maybe in an emergency, I can learn how to use it.
We're in fucking North Dakota. Where are we at?
Iowa.
Yeah. What state's south of us? Georgia?
It is south of us.
I'm
So.
here shaming this. I've never once said I knew where. I tell everybody who asks me, "Where'd you go last night?" I don't fucking know.
Consistently, once a week, driving from Missouri through Illinois into Indiana for 2 years. And you ask him, where are you? I don't know.
He's
You're-
in between
you have
here and
three
there.
options.
I thought you guys meant what town. I could have told you what state I was in.
Could you?
Could you?
What state are you in now?
Arkansas.
Depression. The state of depression.
Look, I had no shame in it. I still don't. I got this guy at work, and like, I know where I'm going most of the time now because I've either been there or it's close to where I've been. And like, and if I don't, I'll look it up and I'll be like, hey, you know, is this the route I need to take? And he's been here so long, he'll tell me like yes or no, but he doesn't tell me yes or no. He says, yeah, you need to go down 44, hop on this
hate that
highway,
shit.
that highway, go down this turn, you'll see a flagpole, and you'll go this way. And I'm just like, I don't fucking know what any of those roads are. I don't know which way I'm fucking going. I'm like, I just need to know, is this the roundabout way that I need to fucking go? Yes or no? And like, I appreciate the dude so much because he's got fucking 30 years on me by 100%. And he knows what he's saying. In his head, it makes 1,000% sense all the fucking time. But to me, it's just like a whole other fucking language. Like he's speaking to me in Japanese, and I'm just like, sorry, not Japanese. Mandarin. Nope, that's too close, ain't it?
He's from the Chinese people, ain't he?
No, that's still too close.
To what?
I don't know, everything that you hand me that has Chinese or Japanese writing on it, tell me to read it.
Good news. It's not official, but it's pretty much been signed off on everybody. I'm moving positions in my company.
Yeah, he's now going to be the janitor.
I was literally going to say the same thing.
No.
I asked him, he said something about changing positions, and I was like, "Is it doggy style now?"
Yeah.
But hopefully next week, I'm coming out of sales and going into operations.
Nice.
If you still want solar, he'll still sell it to you.
Yeah, I can still get you hooked up. Which, let me. Callie,
Yes.
Let
if
you
I came
Callie.
to you 5 years ago and told you, I guarantee that for the next 30 years, you won't pay more than $1.50 a gallon for gasoline. And then the price of fuel went to what it is today. Would we not be like, more than, like, we'd have a damn good relationship? You'd be like, fucking yeah, my brother saved my ass, or I'd be paying out the ass for fuel right now. Right?
Yeah.
Sounds like a really fucking no-brainer. Like, if you knew fuel was going to be $4 a fucking gallon, $3 a gallon, and I promised it to you for $1.50 5 years ago, and you locked that in for 30 years, you'd be saving a shit ton of money right now.
Mm-hmm.
What don't people get? There's nothing political about fucking solar. When you think of solar, does it automatically go to politics for you?
I don't know.
Them damn liberals and their green energy.
Do you think of politics when you hear of solar?
Well, I don't ever think of politics.
I was gonna say he doesn't think of politics when we're talking about Donald Trump.
The only thing I thought about was his goddamn golden shoes and hell.
The amount of people that I'll like talk to about solar and they're like, yeah, fuck that. It's fake. It don't work. What?
I mean, you could literally go get... those are the same people who probably have the solar-powered fucking lamps in the front yard to light the fucking walkway on the way
But that don't
in. It's
work.
dark.
Those are the same people that probably have spray-painted golden shoes from Donald Trump.
What the fuck are you talking about? I don't believe in solar. What does that even mean?
Well, I don't believe in suicide.
Oh, it exists, buddy.
What does that mean? Essentially, what people are, first off, you got to get away from the false advertisements and shit that people are like, yeah, if you got a meter and you pay an electric bill, Missouri will pay for it 100%.
It's actually funny because one time my Florida man friend at work came up to me and was like, do you own your house? And I was like, I mean, we have a mortgage, but yeah, we own the house. And he was like, oh, because I had an advertisement come across my Facebook the other day about solar. And I was like, where are you going with this? And he's like, well, apparently Missouri will pay you to put solar on your house. And I was like, huh, Rusty, my friend, my husband's a solar salesman. I can tell you right now, it's bullshit. And he's like, really? Yes.
That's, and I found out what that is. These are lead generation companies putting bullshit Facebook posts out there. And then once you give them your information, they sell your information to a solar company to sell you solar.
Not Sun Solar, though.
Oh, no, we definitely get a lot of leads.
All right, never mind. So basically...
But that's not them personally sending
Right,
those.
that's not-
fake
That's not
ass
us
solar.
sending the false advertisements, but that's like, I've had to talk with management. I'm like, quit buying from these people because you're setting us up for failure when we go to sell them because
perpetuating
they think that they're going to get it for free because that's what they're being led into.
Remember that time I got told I could drive a Tesla for a year for free?
Yeah.
We've
was
had
bullshit,
one for
wasn't it?
almost 2 years, and you've driven it for free.
Yeah, but I could have drove this one for a straight year without paying anything.
And it was probably just some way to reel you in and try to get you to buy something.
Oh, yeah, you click on it, and it took you to a website that looks identical
To
Tesla's
Tesla's?
website, yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, cause I was next to you, and I was like, oh, look. And, like, I even showed you the website, and you're like, oh, fill it out, see what happens. So I started filling it out, and I was like, wait a second. Hold
Why
on.
do they need my social security number
So I
this
closed
early in
it
the
out and I
process?
went to Tesla's website and tried to find it and I couldn't find it. So I was like, okay. So I Googled in drive a Tesla for free for a year. And there's so many things like, this is not real. Do not do it. I was like, I'm glad I stopped.
His brain kicked on.
Yeah. But the idea behind solar is if we get it for our house, it's probably going to cost us about $100 to $150 more a month than our current electric bill.
That seems to be the average. Like anyone who's inquired about solar, it seems like whatever your bill is, add about $100 to $150.
And people go, well, why would I pay more for solar than I would for my electric bill?
Because in 3 years, it's going to be triple that.
Well, I mean, since we bought my Tesla, our electric bill's gone up.
Uh-huh.
and it's a fraction of a percent, but it was enough to have made a $25 difference on this month's bill.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been almost $30 cheaper had it not gone up.
And the big thing that's happening,
You don't even fucking charge your Tesla here.
I don't.
the big thing that's happening is up in like St. Louis, like the huge electric companies, they're doing this time of use charge, which
Oh,
literally
yeah.
means if you use electricity, and this is an all new charge that they've been doing to corporate large businesses for years because
oh, no,
of the amount they've done it.
to people for a very long time.
Not as widespread as they're doing it now.
Widespread enough that I called Crawford Electric when we lived in town in Bourbon the first time to ask if we had time of use charges. That was a decade ago.
Okay. But they're charging like double now
Yeah.
for
What's the
time, of use.
What is
So
that?
like if you're using electricity between like let's say 3 p.m. and 10 p.m. when everybody's getting home and turning on all their appliances and stuff,
Oh, so like
you get
where
a
California has a
yeah,
cutoff?
you get an increased rate of per kilowatt that you're using for that electricity during that time period.
That's so stupid.
But now instead of it being
Well,
like an
it's
extra
to
2 cents per
Encourage
kilowatt,
people to not like do laundry or run their dishwasher.
When the fuck else am I supposed to do it?
Yeah, don't run
While
your
you're at work,
dishwasher
bro.
or do laundry while you're at home because you're only at home and awake for 4 fucking hours after you get off of work.
So
Don't
that-
do your laundry then, though.
that you know,
Don't
let's
you
say
dare bring up our broken working system.
let's say that you're paying 10 cents per kilowatt hour for your electric, right? During that time, you might be paying 22. So
Not
when
in
you're guaranteed
California.
to use more of it, yeah, California's in the like 30, 40 cents per kilowatt hour.
So basically, people, this entire segment has been buy solar from Van.
This entire segment.
I don't
has
care if you
cost
buy it from me or
$3.
not. Look into it and get the politics out of your fucking head. This is a chance for you to buy something that will, this is not financial advice, will save you money.
Eventually.
There's guaranteed ROI. You will get return on investment. Eventually, you will surpass the amount you paid for your system as long as it's sized appropriately and by the right people that actually know what the fuck they're doing, to where you will get that system paid off and you won't have an electric bill and you won't have a solar payment.
Well, let's scale it down. Every year around June or July, the propane companies around here send out a little flyer. And it says if you pre-buy your propane now, you'll pay this amount. And it's projected to be this amount in the winter. So people will buy 600 gallons of propane in July in anticipation of the winter.
Yeah.
But they won't buy something that costs the same amount or a little bit more than their electric bill in anticipation of next year when their electric bill is 0.035% higher.
The idea here is so we can actually use software to, you know, the rate of escalation of utility cost for the past 20 years. We use that same rate of escalation, not including the fact that it's like tripled over the last 5 years in escalation rate. And we project you out for the next 25 years. What will you pay the utility company if you continue to pay your electric bill like you're doing now? And when I tell you some of these places are 200, 250, 350, over $250,000 is what you're going to pay for 25 years of electricity. I'm not fucking joking.
How much?
And their solar project's $85,000.
This may be a little bit like too personal, but last month you said our electric bill was fucking outrageous. How much was it?
Like
No, like-
$560 or something
That's
like that, when we
ridiculous.
usually pay like $250. And when you look at all of the usage, because Crawford Electric will break it down, like you can look at your month to month usage, or you can look at your daily usage for the past, for like that bill's like history. The days that we were using it, one of them had a really low temperature, but the rest of them were about average temperature. But the fucking usage on it just spiked up. But I'm pretty sure ours increased like that because we were heating the garage.
Yeah. Okay. So take that amount, $560. If you got solar for the house right now, how much do you think it would cost monthly?
Well, we already kind of looked into it.
Okay.
Monthly?
Just give me a quick number.
Monthly?
Yeah.
I think it was like right around $400 a month.
$450 a month.
Okay. So our normal
It would be about
electric bill-
$150.
But we wouldn't be
more.
able to do 100% offset, but go ahead.
So take whenever you're looking into solar and you're thinking, oh, it's just fucking solar. you know, whatever, I'll just keep paying my electric bill. Also, take it like this: like, you're paying the electric company to get nothing in return, nothing at all. But if you buy solar, it ups your property value.
Yes.
You have things to show for it and everything.
And the amount that you pay for it, no matter what it costs, you get up to 30% of that back as a tax credit that you can use and roll over for quite a few years.
I feel like we just turned this into a solar selling.
It's not the point. It's the fact that, like, get fucking Donald Trump, get Biden, just get all this shit out of your fucking head.
Out of it.
Take the politics fucking out of it and look at it from a math perspective. I have a client right now that was looking to get a $150,000 check from the USDA. If they continued to pay their electric bill, they were going to pay $1.2 million over the course of the next 25 years. Our system alone was $300,000. The USDA was writing them a check for $150,000 of that, and they were getting a tax credit for $148,000 that they could use for the next 22 years. They looked at me and they go, I just don't see the return on investment.
The fuck?
Are you fucking serious right now, dude? What do you mean? But, like, these fucks won't even talk to you.
You should have simplified it out. Just get, like, the crayons and a sheet of paper. Be like, this is how much you're going to pay in the next 25 years. This is how much you'll pay in the next 25 years if you buy solar. And this is how much you're going to get back for a tax return right now.
And they can even go back 3 years with that. It's like, where is... And they'll say, well, you know, I just don't know how it works, so...
Maybe learn.
I can teach you.
One of the clients that he closed came at him one day with, like, I pay this amount for my electric every month, and now I'm going to have to pay blah, blah, blah over that every month. I'm like, take that huge ass credit that they're sending back to you in the form of a check and refinance your damn electric or your solar payment. Then it will be half of what it is, and you're going to be paying $100 to $150 less per month than you are now.
And then when you own it, you
You're
ain't
not gonna pay
paying nothing for it. There's an end point.
Question: do you guys do the financing, or do you guys go through?
We have in-house financing.
that's nice.
We work with, like, I think it's like 13 different lenders.
Oh, nice.
But-
Can I get
How long have we
solar
been
on my
going for?
car?
I mean, if anybody does, if you are curious, want to know more about it,
Yeah,
hit us
somewhere
up
to
on
be.
one of our socials, and I'll be glad to talk to you. We do actually have kind of a wide swath, but that wasn't the point of this. It wasn't to sell solar. It's just a frustration in my industry that I would like to just bring up. Like, you don't have to bring politics into every aspect of your fucking life. AT&T went down the Chinese. What do you mean sell solar? That's fake.
Just think about it. If you got solar power, AT&T wouldn't be an issue anymore.
They're putting up them 5G towers
That's
because the
not
U.S.
accurate
government
information.
That
wants
is
to
not.
boil your brain
And then use your body to make fruit.
to make corn.
You really get
And then you're going to eat body corn. And you know what that's going to do? Oh, my God, the one the other day. This is the
Oh,
best
no.
one so fucking far. This is the best one so fucking
Never
far.
ends.
Okay. I didn't save it. But essentially, this guy is like a really high up, like, religious figure.
is Pope.
Oh.
And he's trying to convince people that if you eat genetically modified organisms, like the GMO foods, it will change your DNA.
No, it was vegetarians.
It will change your DNA, and then you'll no longer be human, which is a satanic push to keep people from going into heaven because you won't be human anymore.
Sign me up.
What the fuck?
Are you fucking kidding me, man? Like, this is a figure that people look up to.
I mean, hold on. If that were the case, wouldn't all the vegetables and shit he's eating at the gas or from the grocery store also do the same
These
shit?
people are extremists, dude. Like, they probably don't eat vegetables ever because they're afraid that they'll not be human and won't go to heaven because of it.
Jesus.
Like, and this guy has power. This guy has followers. These people are going around going, yeah, buddy, you better keep away from them vegetables. You won't be human no more, and you won't go to heavens.
Why is there always S's at the end of it?
Bro, that hurts. The old meme, I don't want to live on this
Yeah,
planet
there's
anymore.
only one heaven.
Your vagina?
What?
I mean, that may be
Ain't
your
nobody
heaven.
else getting in it. So it doesn't matter what kind of GMO foods they eat.
Eat whatever you want. You're still not getting in.
Callie's the exception.
Yeah.
I tried to get her to take a shower with me earlier.
I feel like
today,
that's
but she shot me
there's
down.
something incest about that. I don't know.
Nothing at
but
all.
Ain't
It's by
nothing.
marriage.
Just by
No
marriage.
incest.
I say that about my cousin, and it's not okay.
Yeah.
It's because it's your cousin.
Yeah.
You want to know something that really grinds my gears?
Oh God.
I'm going to read you off a list of symptoms.
Oh, Callie seems like she's like itching to get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm getting drowsy. I'm trying
Okay.
to stay awake.
All right, good.
Oh, we not.
Oh,
having
that's
enough
we're that
fun
boring for you, man. I hope our listeners aren't falling asleep. Wake up!
It's because we went in solar.
Low sex drive, problems with arousal, depression, hot flashes, hair loss, fatigue, decreased muscle mass, increased body fat, decreased bone mass, mood changes, loss of memory, low blood counts,
Can you send this to me?
changes in primary sexual organs,
Why are you staring? What?
insomnia, lack of motivation, difficulty with concentration, feeling weak, lazier than normal, lack of interest in regular activities, which is part of depression,
Why is man
mineral
staring
and
at
vitamin
me?
deficiencies,
She's like describing
increased
you.
risk of heart disease, increased risk of diabetes, difficulty
Fuck
with
you.
losing weight, unable to gain lean muscle, possible infertility. What are all of these symptoms of?
Life.
Existence.
Depression.
Van and I were trying to figure out a couple weeks ago
Liver disease.
why. So when you're on testosterone replacement therapy, you have to give blood every couple of months because it causes you to have increased production of red blood cells. One of his symptoms whenever he got tested for low testosterone was he was bruising hella easy. And I was trying to figure out like why they're correlated. And I found this list of symptoms for low testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he has low testosterone. He goes, he gets hormone replacement therapy. No big deal. Doctor does a couple blood tests, monitors him every couple of months. We're good to go. They're also all symptoms of low estrogen. Women go through all of these during menopause.
Do you have low estrogen, bro?
I mean, my tooties,
My tootie ties.
my tootie ties are pretty supple right now.
A tootie tie. A tootie tie.
But
tootie
if a
tie.
woman presents to her doctor with all of these symptoms, a lot of times they're just going to say, that's just part of getting old. That's menopause for you.
And they don't do any kind of estrogen
It's
replacement?
not something that they push. No, they
Why?
will. There is, but it's just not something
They
that
don't
they're
push it.
like, they really want people to do.
I feel like that's so old fashioned.
Because estrogen or hormone replacement therapy in general comes with its own fucking side effects.
Oh,
Like,
it's dangerous.
he's at an increased risk of blood clots. He's at an increased risk of stroke. He's at an increased risk of heart attack. He's at
Cancer.
an increased risk of
Ju-
cancer.
Just for getting something
that
that,
really
your
what
body
it
already
is, guys?
creates.
yeah.
Like it's not like an abnormal amount that
No.
he's
No.
getting. It's what a normal man would get, right?
Yes.
Yes,
So why is it increasing so much?
because it's
Because anytime
not
you
produced by me, so it's a foreign
do
matter.
something exogenous, you know, your body, it has like mechanisms in place to kind of maintain that homeostatic level of like blood cells and whatnot. And men who continue to produce testosterone at the same rate for so many years, they are at increased risk for cancer and blood clot and stroke and all of these things. But in order for him to get testosterone replacement therapy, it was a trip to the doctor. Doctor did a blood test. Everything fine. Here's your testosterone.
I mean, no.
Dr. V is a little more
He
conservative in that aspect.
he told me go home and do my research on
Yeah.
it.
Well,
And-
we did.
You should do for
Well,
everything.
and he was like, I would really rather do this as the last, thing. Even after, like,
Until his blood tests came back.
yeah, then my blood test came back and the nurse called and she's like, you need to get in here. Your testosterone is dangerously low. Like, it was
You're
in the
gonna start going
100s
by
and the
Vanessa.
normals is like 500 or 600.
I think it was like 80, but
Still.
Like, my
It was
body was
stupid
going,
low.
yeah. Hi, guys. You want to see my titties?
I don't see anything different.
Oh, gotcha.
But it pisses me off because all of these symptoms are things that they market to men as like these horrible, horrible things.
But for
Like-
women, it's natural.
But for women, it's normal.
yeah, you're
That's a
just
normal
It's
part
okay.
of
menopause.
of your cycle.
Yeah.
That's menopause for you.
Like I said, that sounds. It just seems really, really old fashioned.
It is.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Women's health is not nearly as important as men's health. I mean, Jesus Christ, they passed that law a couple years ago about, being able to abort babies anymore. And it was
Couple
like,
years ago.
it's been a year or
like
2
2
since
years
that
ago.
happened.
I'm pretty sure all of that took place in 2020.
What?
Yeah.
I think it was
I thought
going
that was
for like the
2021,
last 3 years.
2022.
That's been a couple
That's
of
still
years.
2
huh?
years ago.
Oh, fuck. It is 2024.
So, anyways, when they passed that, they didn't take into consideration that, if it's a fallopian pregnancy or whatever the fuck it's called,
Ectopic.
ectopic pregnancy, the fact that if the baby grows, it's definitely going to die or kill the mother or both. They didn't care. They're like, nope, you can't abort the baby even if you're going to die, bitch.
Well, stepping away from that, just normal like health issues that women have. Like I've been seeing videos and women talking about it a lot recently.
I saw
Where
one-
like they'll persistently have these issues, and it takes years for the doctors to be like, okay, fine, we'll try and figure out what's
there
wrong
was
with
one
it.
the other day that I watched. The lady was like, I had this weird back pain all of a sudden, and I went to the doctor. The doctor was like, well, you're kind of overweight, blah blah blah. So she was working out and whatnot, and then all of a sudden she couldn't pee anymore, and she was struggling with that. And then one day she was at the gym and her leg just gave out on her, and it was 10 months of her dealing with this, and just excuse after excuse after excuse, and her trying to she was internalizing all of this stuff like shit, it's stuff that I'm doing wrong. And finally she said she went to her GP and sat down with them and was like, I'm not leaving here until I get a referral and we figure out what the fuck is going on.
And that's what it why does it take so much?
They had her get an MRI and she had a tumor that was compressing her spine.
There was a girl that I gave an Uber ride to. And at first I looked at her, she looked fine. Got in the car and started telling me about her life.
She looked fine, or she looked fine?
She looked fine, like just a normal everyday person. Got around. Then I noticed she had like a speech impediment, and she was telling me about this,
There was a
her
tumor
life story.
compressing her spine.
No, she started going to the doctor because she was losing consciousness, was losing the ability to write, was having all these like motor skill issues. And they're like, oh, you're fine. It's probably just stress. Oh, you're fine. It's probably just that. Oh, you're fine. It's probably... And just wouldn't run blood tests, wouldn't do anything. They just kept blaming it all on her.
Yeah.
You know why they do that? Because she keeps coming back and she keeps paying them.
Well, that's a portion of it, but they probably also aren't listening.
No, from
She
early
finally
on.
had a doctor take her seriously. It took 7 years. What's the thing that Michael J. Fox has?
Parkinson's?
No, it's not that one.
Multiple sclerosis?
She had MS. She had lesions growing on her fucking spinal cord and her brain.
It just drives me absolutely fucking nuts.
Well, that's like, I had this discussion the other day at work. I had a patient recently, a month or two ago, who had lupus. Like, that was in her her history. And
lupus. Doopity-dee.
when you look at results, the way that I have my results page set up is any test that they've ever had, I have the most recent result next to it. So I have information about results that they've had from years ago. And one of them was a rheumatoid factor result that was hella increased. It wasn't as increased as mine was when I had all of my blood tests, but it was hella increased. So I was doing some research because several years ago I went to Dr. Valroy, had an ANA.
Dr. V.
Whatever, it doesn't
Okay.
matter. We've said his name in the past. Went to Dr. Valroy, was like, hey, I was diagnosed with lupus as a child, when I was 3 years old. I went to doctor's appointments from the time I was 3 until I was 18 and at Children's for this particular ailment. As an adult, I'm having these issues. I'd like to get a confirmation diagnosis and treatment for the problems that I'm having. And typically it's fatigue, brain fog, and joint pain all the time. Worse in the winter, but all the time I have joint pain. And so he was like, well, let's start with the normals. So I did an ANA. It came back hella positive. It was a speckled result, which is consistent with lupus. He refers me to a rheumatologist. Go to this rheumatologist, have all these vials of blood drawn. Month later, go back to the rheumatologist. I can see all of my test results, but go back to the rheumatologist to discuss it with him. And he said, well, this particular test right here tells me that you were dehydrated. So I'm going to tell you that you need to drink more water and that you probably had a UTI, and that's what caused all of these other weird test results. And I didn't have like a shit ton of super positive results, but the ones that I did have were fucking big ones. Like my rheumatoid factor, it was like 8 times what it should be. And he was like, you know, infections in your body can cause this to be elevated. So I'm like, you know, what, 8 years later, like
She was
Googling
pissed.
what infections can cause elevated rheumatoid factor. Sarcoidosis. What was the other one? Cardio.
There was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but it was big things, like the stuff that they diagnose on like House, and they
Yeah.
treat immediately, because if they don't, that person's gonna die. Pericarditis endocarditis was one, and I'm like, I have a hella positive rheumatoid factor, and you're going to just chalk it up to, oh, infections can cause this.
You need
Never
to drink
mind.
more water.
Yeah, the infections. He was like, you have a UTI and you're dehydrated. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. And I'm like, for
Okay, but
fucking
what wasn't
30
on that
years.
list?
What do you mean what wasn't on that list?
UTI wasn't on that list
No,
of infections.
UTI was not on that list of
Oh, that's
infections.
cool. Yeah.
No, the infections that can cause elevated rheumatoid factor are things I would have already died from.
Have you guys ever seen? Are you done with
Yeah.
that? Okay. Have you guys ever seen like or came across videos where it's like, "Am I the asshole?" and it's like a story?
Yeah.
So there was one I listened to the other day, and they were reading it, and they were talking about the guy was like, "Am I the asshole for making my pregnant wife go on a hike?" And they were like, "Well, I don't know." So they kept reading.
I mean, did she want to go on the hike?
And
No. Then yes, you're the asshole.
Exactly. But the guy apparently was like, ever since she's been pregnant, she's been getting more lazy. We've always been very active, and I don't know why she just wants to be a couch potato. Bitch, she's growing a human. She can be as
She
lazy as she wants to be.
Is a bodybuilder at that point. in
Yeah,
time. She's
literally.
building a body inside her.
But then he was like, so I made her go on a hike with me one day to try and help get her like more active again. She was like 9 months pregnant. And he was
she gave birth on the hiking trail.
well, she started throwing up and he was like, I don't know why she was like acting like this wasn't a normal hike. We've done this hike multiple times before.
That's the
She
same
was
motherfucker.
overreacting. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's like those, like, oh God.
Are these men out here? Oh,
Now,
I tell you
before
what.
we get too hardcore into the bashing of this guy, which by all means bash the fuck out of him because fuck him, there is nothing wrong with like, you know, if your girl's pregnant and you're like, hey, you know, instead of lazing around all day, why don't we just like go for a little walk? Like go walk around the
little
block.
walk.
Take the dogs
Yeah.
out for a
I
minute.
think that's a case-by-case basis.
That too.
Like, if her head's been in the toilet for the last 3 months,
Yeah.
no, fuck you. I ain't going on a walk.
Obviously, but like if there's just nothing and they're just like, and then they're complaining because they're bored or something, be like, all right, let's just go for a little walk.
You
Let's
could
go
have
do
a
something
conversation.
Fun. Let's go
Yeah.
let's go do something fun. That way, you know, you don't feel as drained. You don't feel as
Don't
wore
just
out.
Okay,
call
but
'em
what you're
lazy.
doing is you're having a conversation with your significant other and
Well,
trying
that's-
to
Don't
convince
tell
them to
him
do
this.
it.
Don't tell him this. He
But
will
what
stop.
this person is doing
It's saying
is
you're
saying,
lazy.
you're lazy. Get your ass off the couch. We're going for a walk because I'm not fucking a cow later.
And the
Like I
biggest thing is
said,
there he also said
I
she's
wasn't trying to defend him. I was
Yeah.
literally
no.
separating the two things. Everybody understood what I was
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
the we don't give legal advice. I'm trying to find like a hard separation between
what you're
them
doing.
and what you're doing. That way people can't even come close to associating you with him because what you're doing is completely
And
different.
that's why I said could totally condemn him.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just throwing out like what I would do. Like
I'm coming
you know,
to your defense from the haters.
just
Another
like,
big thing was like he mentioned something about how she's gained so much weight since she's been pregnant.
She's
no fucking
pregnant.
shit.
She's
no
got
shit.
a whole extra human hanging out in there.
She's probably gonna gain up 50
when
pounds.
you're pregnant, you need to eat more than what you normally did
Yeah.
anyways because you are literally giving this entire other human substance
And
like
don't
my-
get me wrong, there are some fucking women that can run a marathon while they're pregnant, but not every woman
I
can
mean.
do that.
so my girlfriend, obviously we know she's pregnant. Okay, she used to eat a lot.
She is?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought she was just putting that belly on for me.
No, she's pregnant. She used to eat a lot, But like she eats a lot more now. And she was complaining about it. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm eating so much more. I'm gaining so much weight. Blah 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 blah." I'm like, "Look, you're growing." Like, and she's always like, "I'm so tired now." I'm like, "You got to understand. You got a human growing inside you. All the nutrients that is normally going into your body is going into someone else's body while they're growing right now. So like, you literally almost have to double your intake because like." The nutrients. The
Not
vitamins,
only that, but whenever
everything.
you're just laying there, your body's still doing a lot of fucking work.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, she's okay. I think she just has a parasite. I think if she gets out there and walks,
That's actually what we're referring to it as for the longest
But you're
time.
saying that
you don't
there's
have to. Yes, you're eating for 2, but you don't literally have to double everything. You can if that's what makes your body go. But like the
doubling was an extreme, but
yeah.
you know.
But there are people out there that would be like, well, I've got an extra baby in here, so now I've got to eat enough for an entire
4,000
adult
calories.
human.
You're saying that there's some women that can run fucking marathons when they're pregnant, and like not all women can do that. There's also guys that went into battle, had their fucking legs blown off, an arm and a shoulder with fucking shrapnel in it, and they're like, "Give me your gun, I'm going in there."
Yeah.
And people are like, Billy just got shot in the hand and he can't fucking move. But this guy's charging into battle with a fucking AK-47 strapped to his back and a fucking like heavy machine gun out in front of him, Rambo style, running out in front of the Nazi army.
Hopping.
So
Hopping.
Guy, that
essentially,
guy has an adrenal issue.
essentially, that saying that bodybuilders do whenever they crush an egg between their muscles, that I'm built different. Literally, we were all built different
Yeah.
from each other. Nobody's the same.
Stop
unless you're
looking at
twins.
people and
I
then
was built
combining
exactly
them.
like Van. What are you talking about?
Combining them into like groups of people and being like, well, this group of people does it, so why can't you? I don't remember whose birthday it was, or it was a going away party or something, but we had a family get together, and one of our family's friends came out to that, and they started like bashing the lower class and bashing people who were on food stamps or state assistance. And I was like, all right, shut up. Because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And they're like, well, enlighten me. And I was like, something like 50-60% of people that are on supplemental like government programs work 40 hours a week, asshole.
Mm-hmm.
But they literally get paid poverty level money. So the company supplements them. He's like, well, I didn't know that. I know you didn't know that. Let me go a little bit further. 15 to 20% of those people have mental or physical illnesses where they can't work. I said, and then there's about another 10% with mental issues that can't go out. I said, so let's say 5 or 6% of these people on this income are just lazy pieces of shit. I guess we should just kill them. Well, I didn't say that. I was like, but you don't want to feed them. Well, if we don't, then they'll fucking die, dude. Or they'll find a way to fuck you over for the money. Why can't you just let them be? It's not that big of a deal. You're saying like, and I've heard some people say we should put a bullet in their head. I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. But the best part is one of my clients the other day was telling me how he came from this like ultra right side and ended up coming down with this like medical illness, changed jobs, and wasn't able to get insurance because at that time pre-existing conditions meant an insurance company could deny you coverage.
Mm-hmm.
It's still
And
a
when
thing, ain't it?
Obama came in,
I didn't hear that.
he got rid of
That's
it.
still a thing, ain't
No,
it?
No. when
Obama
they
got
did
rid of that.
Obamacare.
He's like, Obama actually helped me out. He's like, that's when I started thinking, wait a minute, who's actually in it for the people? Stop. It's just like, it's killing me, guys.
I don't like how you get fined if you don't have insurance.
Mind your own goddamn.
I'm pretty sure that was a Trump thing.
No, that was an Obama thing.
It started with Obamacare.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It doesn't matter because Trump didn't do it. Obama didn't do it. The Senate that was in place during that time, that's who did it.
Well, that's because
And
they
it's still a
receive
thing.
They may have-
monies from organizations that benefit off of making sure we get on insurance
And
programs.
it's still a thing.
Hmm?
No, you still get fined if you don't have insurance?
Yeah.
I thought so
Yeah.
because I had to get an insurance voucher
Yeah.
for my taxes this year.
I don't remember giving one of those unless it was attached to my W-2. I don't think it was. I don't know. I have an adjacent topic to that. In the winter, I deal with seasonal depression on top of my already chronic depression. And recently I started eating keto. I had my first cheat day
Did you eat the cookie dough bowl?
I did. It was very good.
Was it? I didn't get one.
I think that's because your daughter ate it.
Oh, shitty deal. Sorry, I didn't know you didn't get one. I would have split it with you. So I've been doing keto, and like I did really good with it up until a couple of days ago, and then my body was just like, must have carbs, need carbs.
Have to have.
And like I don't feel guilty. Like I'll go back on keto tomorrow and everything will be fine.
Wait, are you still having your cheat day?
Well, because he got pizza yesterday, I still had half of my pizza left this morning, so I decided to get rid of that. And then I ate Girl Scout. I basically replaced all of the carbs I didn't eat over the past month with things today.
See, that's
Nice.
responsible because you're not wasting food.
He actually surprised me with pizza yesterday. He's like, "You've been complaining about pizza," and I was like, "I
Yeah.
brought you pizza."
Surprised me whenever I got home last night or this morning. Sorry, and there was pizza.
Anyway, so I'm sitting in bed the other day, and he's like, "When are you going to start working out with me?" He's like, "We're talking about going to Colorado in a couple of weeks. Like, are you going to be able to like? I want you to be able to like hike and keep up with me." And I was like, "Bitch, we went for a walk around the lake in Sullivan 2 weeks ago, and this motherfucker is 10 paces behind me, huffing and puffing." I'm like,
No,
you don't want me to work out because then you can't keep up with me, motherfucker, on these
Elaborate
hikes.
why I was huffing and puffing.
I don't know why you were huffing and puffing. You may have been slower because your foot was bothering you, but that isn't attached to your lungs.
I was laboring through fucking painful walking. The fuck out of here. You don't know why I'm huffing and puffing.
Also,
God,
she's on
pregnant ass, get up the mountain. We're hiking, bitch.
she's also on her
I'm not
feet for
pregnant.
like 12 hours a day, walking around between room and room and room.
I do a lot of
Yeah,
laps.
and I hadn't worn those tennis shoes in a long time, and I think that was part of what caused the cramp. But
You just sound like you're coming up with any excuse to get out of this. You can.
Like,
It's
I get-
funny. Like, we get it. We get it. It's
It
great.
just sounds funny.
It just sounds like I was weathering through pain. I haven't worn these tennis shoes.
hey, let's go out there and lift.
I don't need to.
No,
I hurt
why?
my
Because
back.
you're
I
already
Beat
strong.
your ass.
Okay.
It's not about lifting. It's just about.
Now let's go lift,
walking.
bro.
I've never been able to lift the bar. I've told you that. I've never been able
That's
to
right,
do a pull-up
pussy.
in my life. I can't do push-ups because
She
of my
can walk
wrists.
further than your
But
ass.
I can walk further and faster, and
She
for
probably
a
can
longer
outrun
amount of
me
time.
too. I know she can shoot a gun better than I can.
No, she wouldn't be able to outrun you because you're going to take off running and she's just going to follow her.
Die laughing.
Yeah. We are at like 220, so if we want to post
Yeah.
any more this month, we gotta
Cut it off.
get her done.
That's fine.
So I want to talk about one more thing, and that's our socials. Hit us up, dfwai
Almost had it.
dfwa.podcast@gmail.com.
that one. Just look us up on Facebook, dfwai, dfwai.podcast. We have two different Facebook groups.
Google dfwai.podcast, and it will pop up with, I know, at least our Facebook group.
Whatever you're listening on right now, there's probably a link to our link tree that takes you to everything.
Maybe.
Also, become a Patreon and we'll show you a video of Van running.
Yes.
I'm about to just shut that shit down, bro.
From the cops after
We
throwing
ain't
an
even got
acorn
people
at 'em.
coming to visit the motherfucker
Well, have
anymore.
you fixed the 18
Well,
plus thing?
Yeah.
We just
Okay,
got to keep going. We just got to keep going with it. Okay? It's not an overnight thing, but now they know that we're going to get a video of you running. They're going to sign up.
If we
and
can
pay
get
for it.
5
Definitely
Patreons,
get a video of the hose incident.
if we can get 5 Patreons, I will run a full lap around the track and let you videotape it.
Like actually running, not
Yeah.
jogging, just full on
Like as
sprint
much
run?
as I
Okay.
can.
All right.
Deal.
It's worth it, guys. I promise.
In a tutu.
It is. Ooh.
We don't even need the tutu. Ooh, what about if
The
they become a
dinosaur costume.
Patreon, we get like 20 Patreon members. Are we allowed to post the Tooth Fairy video?
Yeah.
All right. So if we get 20 Patreons, we can all see Van as the Tooth Fairy.
That works.
It's
We'll
a
do it.
legitimate thing.
It is a
I
legitimate thing.
promise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 sunglasses, antennae. Wait, antennae? I had something sticking off my head.
I
Pink tutu.
These little fairy things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those would be antennae, right?
I don't know. It's just a headband. I don't know.
Okay. But anyways, that's all we have for you.
Bye.
Share it with grandma.
Yeah. Share it with Grandma.
She'd enjoy it.
Probably not.
Hey,
but
can
it
you
will.
remember to do both the outros this time? Because last week we didn't.
I did.
Nope.
Yes.
Listen to it.
I literally said, oops, hit the wrong button and then
That was
hit
a
it.
week before.
Was it?
I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you.
I'm the
It's
one
on-
that posted it.
that was
Why are
the-
you arguing with
that
me?
was
Because you're a woman and you missed it.
So
Goodbye.
that was the short episode, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So I mean, technically, he did do it last week,
Yeah, but not on the
or
second.
not
But
last
not
week.
on both.
Okay, goodbye.
Oh, we're still here. Okay, goodbye.
Thank you for being a friend.
Down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince.
All my friends, yellow low rider.
It's too fast. How could you even tell what's on? I can tell.
Hey, I don't know if you guys knew this, but
Van's a bitch.
Yes.
Van is indeed a bitch.
Can confirm.
my booty hole is no longer wet.
Mine is about to be.
God, I hope not.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I can't believe you didn't shower after that though. That was disgusting. Should have showered. You should have showered after that.
I did.
Nobody can hear you. Nobody can hear you.
I showered a couple days later.
Ew. Ew. You should have showered immediately. You shit your pants, you shower immediately. Anyway.